Let's see. Okay. MBC. See. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. What's going on, Pyro? Just gonna be a minute. I'm still getting things set up here. Pyro. And just gonna be a minute. I'm still getting things set up. I gotta mute the stream. How's it going, Fist?
Good morning. Straight vibe.
Good morning. We're already live, but we're just waiting for a couple of people to hop in.
And then you said a couple minutes late for
Crab said she would be a little bit late. I don't know what she means by a little bit, but she has a game scheduled for exactly 4. So she said she was running a bit late, but she said yeah.
So here's the real question. Is she playing who by chance?
I don't think so.
Okay, so 20 minutes or so.
Yeah. Oh, I see who's in chat.
Oh my god, of course he is. I'm only talking shit because he's the GOAT.
I don't think you and I have ever been in a call together.
No, we have not.
Yeah.
Who is the, he's the spiritual successor to Theo for Gen 9.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Theo in a hot minute because, you know, you can't play stall.
Theo hates Gen 9?
Can you blame him, though? They took his play style, they crumpled it up into a ball and threw it in the garbage can.
Yeah. Theo saw the recovery move nerf and he's like, nah, I'm out.
Not even that. Like, the games don't last enough to use all of them anymore.
Yeah. I'm gonna move my face cam, like, out of the way.
Here, let me open up the stream and mute it just for viewer bump.
Viewer bump. Nice.
Viewer bump.
I spent 8 hours editing my draft analysis.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm putting mine together after this. Like,
Pyro, I believe that is because just with my setup, might be best to, yeah, I'll turn Fist down a bit, that way. That way there's not as much of an echo. Yeah, so basically my whole setup is on a TV, so there's probably going to be like some echo on the stream because you're coming through a speaker. So, yeah.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Oh, now I can't hear you at all. Yeah, I need to keep you on 100.
Unfortunate.
Otherwise, I can't hear you. Yeah. Oh well. May have to live with the echo.
How bad is it? I'd look in chat to see what people are saying, but I can't fucking open it. Jesus Christ, there it goes.
I don't hear it myself, so I don't know how bad it is. So this is like my first time like officially streaming. We did this for season 1, but season 1 I was with Togavor in person and like it was a little bit easier.
It's hard to have an echo come through when you're fucking sitting next to each other.
Yeah. So what do you want to start with first? We're each in separate divisions, so do you want to start with yours first or mine first?
Honestly, could not care less. You could toss a coin. Like,
actually, I'll just ask chat. Chat, what do we want to see first? Days Division or Malice Division? Days Division will be on the left-hand side of your screen. Malice Division will be on the right-hand side.
Let's
Okay,
see. Let's start off while we're waiting for her. We're gonna rate logos. So on here I see mine, so that's a 10 out of 10, and I see 23 that aren't mine, so those are 0 out of 10.
Yeah, I don't know how to fix the echo. So
Hold on, I'm gonna
something
deafen
with
and
Discord.
listen to how bad this is.
I don't think it's Discord that's the problem. I'm not hearing a Discord, or I'm not hearing an echo. I'm also just not used to streaming, so like I don't really know. I know when I've had people like in call before that they've also echoed, but everything's coming in through a speaker, and I think that speaker from the TV is like being picked up by my mic. So
Okay, yeah, that I just undeafened and rebound the stream a little bit. That is really bad.
Yeah, I don't know how to fix it though. That's the problem.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing, Daria. Headphones is the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, I don't have like working ones. I have a headset, but it just doesn't work. Like it's not compatible with my computer. Stupid. I have like Bluetooth headphones. I can try those, or like AirPods. I can try those.
I would rock with the AirPods.
Yeah. Now I just have to find them. Yeah. Let's see. So I moved the mic a bit further away from the TV. I'm holding it now.
Echo.
Y'all can see it. Is there an echo still? I can also turn down the TV.
Echo, echo, echo.
Okay. I guess we're just gonna have to do it like this then. I turn the TV down, and the mic's further away now. This is what we're
Struggle
gonna
is
have
real.
to do now, because this is as good as I can get it right now. I can't find my AirPods. And and I
Yikes.
don't want to spend hours looking for them. Let's just say my room is not the cleanest place on earth.
Can you hear me fine still, at least?
I can hear you fine, yeah. Okay. Well, chat, what do we want to start with? Do we want to start with the Days division or the Malice division? It looks like everybody in chat is in the Malice division. Daria says it's much better now, so
Okay, yeah, I guess we'll just take what we can get then.
yeah. Okay. Turning down the TV helped. Okay, so I can still hear you fine, so I don't know. Days or Malice division chat, what do we start with? Looks like everybody in chat who has spoken is in the Malice division, so maybe we start with Days. Then I can... Or, wait, no. Fist can go back to the logo ranking. Oh! I have the wrong image. It's showing Lily and not JV.
Yikes.
Let me see if I can
I
change that.
honestly wasn't gonna say anything because I thought you just hadn't made an updated one.
I did make an updated one. It's titled the same thing.
Fair.
So, yeah. Alright. Well, I guess we should get started now. We've lollygagged enough.
Yeah, I mean, she shouldn't take too long.
Yeah. Alright, let's start. I'm not seeing like a definitive answer in chat what we should start with, so I think we'll just start with the Days division. And
Do we want to roll in order or any rhyme or do it?
I was just gonna do it in draft order, yeah.
Yeah.
Pulling up shrooms now. First I have to find it. Oh, shrooms was the first one I made, so it's gonna be further down.
Also made the images in draft order. Mood.
Yeah. Shroom. There we go. And that is not what I wanted. Don't I have anything else? Did I not save his?
It would be so unfortunate if you didn't.
Well, I did, but I don't know where it is.
You did, but at what location?
Let's see. Oh, it's in a different folder. There we go. So, I have Shroom's team pulled up. Shroom's team consists of Iron Valiant, Raging Bolt, Pecharunt, Blastoise, Tinglu, Talonflame, Meloetta, which is the first of 2 Terra Captains, Glastrier, which is the second of the 2 Terra Captains, Bramblegast, and Tauros. Fist, what do you think of this team?
First thing I notice on here, it's honestly the fucking mid-Terra captains. Like, Mellow and Glastrier are both awesome for mid-tier Terra caps, but in a high-tier format, not going for a high-tier captain is kind of really weird to me. but it's not like anything better on the team could have been made Terra captain. So on that end, I agree with it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like that could be problematic going
That's
through
fair.
the season.
Yeah.
But at the
I
same time,
kind
a lot of people drafted a lot lower tier Terra caps than I would have really agreed with.
Yeah. And yes, Daria, Shroom's draft analysis is going up Monday. We're just running through all the drafts. That was the purpose of the draft stream. Nothing else I can really do about it. So, yeah. I just have graphics made for everybody here, so. Yeah, Shroom's team, not a whole lot of complaints, you know. I would have really liked to see toxic spikes on this team. Petra, unfortunately, is a poison that does not have toxic spikes.
I don't feel like that's something you can really knock a team for. But
Yeah.
like, look at the hazards on this
Well,
team.
I'm not knocking it for having it. I'm saying I would have
No,
liked to
no.
see it on the team, but
My thing is just the over reliance on Tinglu for hazards. Like,
yeah,
obviously, it's one of the best stackers in the format, don't get me wrong, but
it's the
it
only
being your
rocker.
only rocker and then, like, it
Bramble
being your
Guest
only
has
spiker is
spikes.
fine, but
Bramble
then there's
Guest
a
has
Bramble, like,
spikes,
woo.
but
When's it ever going to click spikes?
yeah,
Over
that's
Tinglu
true.
clicking spikes, at least.
That's a very fair point.
For a P-Dex team, removal's really good. Bramble is okay at it. Stoys likes the versatility. And so Talonflame being back up with Defog helps. I don't know. I look at this team. It's really slow outside of like Talonflame's kind of fake speed. It's one of the oh no, I don't have a top tier kind of pickups. And Valiant is the only real reliable threatening fastmon here. Like Tauros is a decent low tier, but it's gonna
Yeah,
get disrespected in prep a lot of the time.
and the speed gap is like Tauros to Meloetta, I think.
Yeah.
And
And
that's
if
just
someone preps aggressively and disrespects Tauros, it's a big gap that you can fill in a lot of bulk, go adamant, all that jazz.
yeah, for sure. I really like the Valiant Raging Bolt combo here. Notably, this team does not have a steel type.
Which is absolutely insane.
Yeah.
You're only switching to dragons being um Valiant.
Yeah.
Like look at that team and look at Draco Meteor. Then back at the team and then back at Draco Meteor.
Yeah, and also Petarant being the only thing to really break the scary fairies as well. Like you're gonna
Yeah, I
struggle
don't
with a
know.
bunch of fairies.
It feels like an oddly composed team to where when I look at it, I feel like there's something he's seeing that I'm not. To where I doubt I would be able to put together anything that he's going to try to pull off with it this season.
That is fair.
Like I
That
don't
is
think we have anybody in the league that's like just bad at the video game. To where I'm not going to shit on anybody too hard. Like you can draft a terrible team. Like looking at this team, I would never have picked this composition of Mons. But do I think he's going to flop because of it? No. It's just weird. I I don't know how to put it other than that. And round 3 Petarant, like on the wheel, that's so early. I don't, other than new toy syndrome, I don't see why that was done.
Yeah. And like Petarant's been out for a while now.
Yeah, but if somebody doesn't play a lot, it's still like one of the few new mons, and then seeing fucking pick one Valiant, crazy.
Yeah,
Wow, whoever
for
would have thought of that one? And then 2 of the most recent DLC mons, it just makes me think he went new toy method.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, are we ready to move on? Or
Yeah, I mean, I'll yap as long as you want me to yap about a team. So Feel free to tell me to shut the fuck up and move to the next one, whatever.
Okay. Let's see.
We got Cahoots next in the draft order.
Yeah, I gotta find him. I believe.
Good luck and Godspeed. While you're looking for the graphic, he is rocking with Dragapult, very creative second pick.
There we go.
Terra Lando T, Mr. Gambino, Ogre C, Clef, Top, Zoroark of the Hisuian variety, so it's not ass. Terra Lantern, that's based as fuck. Salazzle, Espeon, Agent Spidops.
Yeah, so this is not Q's team, which is very surprising to me because Q always drafts a team like this. Cahoots just drafted Q's team, basically.
Dude, there's a Hitmontop on it and everything. It's literally a Q team. I
forgot Cahoots' logo. Let me see if I fix that. If I can fix that.
Round 3 non-Terra Gambit makes me want to sit in the corner and cry.
It was banned.
No, I get that. But taking no Terra Gambit, pick 3, makes me want to cry. That thing is ass.
Now his logo's there.
Like, it's usable, don't get me wrong, but why so early?
Yeah. I mean, Gambit's still pretty good, but round 3 is a little bit early for it, but...
It's crazy early.
I
don't know. I'm a hater.
Here. You know, Dragapult, Terra Lando T, King Gambit, and, Clefable, Ogerpon Cornerstone. And then Hisuian Zoroark and Espeon, both as well. I would have liked to see maybe Espeon as the other Terra, but I don't know how many points Lando ran Cahoots, but
yeah, Lantern being Terra is a super weird one, but I'm also here for it because I love Lantern. With the immunity abilities, it can definitely be a cool defensive pick. But at the same time, Espeon is a way better abuser than Lantern, so...
Yeah,
I don't know. I assume he picked that for the purpose of wanting to use it, as opposed to it being the objectively right decision.
Yeah, I can see that as well.
This has to be the first time I've ever seen a team with 3 base 110s. Probably the last time, too.
I have 3 base 110s on my team.
No fucking shot.
Yeah, but...
Oh, yeah, because somebody dropped the fucking Latios. Ogerpon doesn't even count. That dude's speed boosted every time he hits the field.
We'll get to my team later.
No, the speed tiers on this are super, super bad, though. If you're slower than 110, you're just having a field day with EVing out in bulk. Yeah. Which, I mean, isn't the worst thing in the world when half your team is 110 plus, but it's so exploitable that it's going to cause problems.
For sure. Let's move on. I guess I didn't really talk about this one, so before we move on, I'll just...
I was going to say, that felt quick.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I will yap for too long if you don't call me out on it, so...
Now, let's see. I like Dragapult through Clefable, those first 5, yeah. I'm not a Hitmontop believer. I'm just...
For what it is, it's fine, but
yeah,
your removal being a Hitmontop is terrifying.
Yeah.
Especially with how weak to fucking spikes this team is.
Yeah, for sure. Also, Zoroark, that mon's a nuisance. That mon is irritating to play against, so...
I hate it. It's a solid mon, but it's not a drafted every time kind of mon.
Yeah.
And I hate the mind games.
Yeah.
You gotta be built different to be able to play around it properly.
Yeah. Like, Zoroark just can mess some people up. I know after talking with Addison about it a little bit, she's like, yeah, that mon always messes me up, and
Even though it is not an objectively bannable mon, ban it just to make life less annoying. Then
yeah,
ban who from playing too.
yeah, I second that. Ban who from playing.
No stall for you. No, we're gonna stick him in a fucking time machine, send him right to Gen 6.
That's where he belongs. Back in the Dark
Exactly.
Ages. Okay.
No, this
So
team, it's just the cohesion is so weird for me. I don't
yeah.
know. I don't even know what to say about it from here. It just feels like you drafted that top 5 that was pretty damn solid and then went, "Oh no, my mobile's broke," and started picking things
That's
just
fair.
at random.
I mean, the back end like isn't too bad, but I
It's
don't
not
like
like,
that
"Oh, these are all
Hitmontop.
bad mons," but this team just loses to Spike Stack so hard.
Yeah.
It's okay. Espeon will save the day and bounce them back.
Yeah, for sure. All
My favorite
right,
defensive switching.
let's move on to number 3, which once again I gotta find.
Good luck.
Third was actually Q. I said this was Q's team. Now we're actually going to see Q's team because Cahoots drafted Q's team. So maybe Q drafted a Cahoots team.
I don't know what a Cahoots team looks like, honestly. I
Yeah.
only know what a Q team looks like because he drafts the same stuff so regularly.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, like, oh, Polt with a Lando T. So terrible.
And Hitmontop. All right, now we have Q's team up. Q
Dunk, I
has
will be mean to who all I want.
yes. All right, so Q's team consists of Gouging Fire, Greninja, Ursaluna Bloodmoon, Terra Rillaboom, Galarian Zapdos, Terra Hatterene, Fortress, Weezing, Frostlass, and Masquerain.
Purely based on vibes, I love this team.
Yeah, this is a really well-rounded team, I think, as well.
This all boils back to the same thing we were talking about with the last one. I hate the removal here. Fortress being your only option is scary as fuck. But with Terra Hatterene, that is a much more threatening magic bouncer to defensively scare your opponent out of setting them. To where it's not as bad as it usually would be, but if they get around Hatterene, hazards are very problematic here.
Yeah, definitely.
Super
And
interesting Terra captains, honestly. Rillaboom is one I've waited to see explored a little bit more. I feel like nobody's really tried it, but I think it can be really good.
yeah,
And it doesn't always need it, and then it frees up Hat for it. Grassy Seed, Terra Hat shenanigans could be really cool.
for sure. So, one thing I do want to point out is Fortress is the only rocker on this team. Like, we were talking about hazards, but like this team has multiple spikes variants, you know, Greninja, Frostlass,
Which is,
but
that's so
Fortress.
weird. That's such a Gen 9 moment, having more spikers than rockers.
Yeah.
By a lot. I don't
sure.
hate it as much, just because of how strong the spikers are. Like, but he's also got more T-spikers than rockers.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy.
Yep. Also, this kind of, like, I know I joked about Cahoots just drafting Q's team, but you see the Masquerain on there? Q drafted Webb's offense. Q's gonna always draft Webb's offense. Like, that's what he does.
I mean, technically speaking, filler webs are better than filler does literally nothing, but are people going to prep for the Masquerain? No.
Yeah.
No, they're not. If they're bringing spin, it's because there's so much spikes.
Yeah. That's fair.
I feel like Frostlass feels kind of weird here. I don't know why, just gut feeling. Like I think of Frostlass as spike and die, but there was decent spiking already. I don't
Yeah.
know. Just based on vibes, like I said, I really like this team because Gouging Fire is gas as fuck. Zapdos G, slept on Mon, love that guy. And honestly, this is just a boom team. Like so many Mons are just strong breakers.
Yeah, for sure.
Basically breakers the team.
Yeah,
And then it hits Fortress and it just stops.
that's like basically just standard what Q drafts. I'd say from just being in a couple leagues with him now and like um watching like his PPL run and stuff. Q just drafts incredible offense and likes to stack hazards, so
Yeah.
that's what we're seeing here.
I mean, it all comes down to how well he can play around high tempo. Because this team, if you're not making aggro calls, I feel like you'll fall behind really easily.
For sure.
Ursaluna and Baby Mama going round 3 on here feels kinda odd. I don't know. I feel like there's a thought process behind it I'm not seeing.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next one, which is actually JV. So before I pull up JV's team, and while I'm still looking for it, um, I have to note that JV did not draft his team. JV was a replacement coach, and so he kept a lot of the stuff that was drafted, but he changed a few things. But this team was not entirely his. But he kept the top four Mons in Sneasler, Tornadus Therian, Cinderace, and Hydrapple, which Hydrapple is one of the two Terramons. But other than that, like he just changed a couple of the mid tiers around, and yeah, so I think he did a pretty good job with what was left over.
Honestly, I think that top 4 was super cool already, and then he rounded the team out a lot better than it had been. It's
Yeah.
strange seeing the speed tiers go 119, 120, 121, but it's funny, so I'm here for it. And
Fair.
then this is another team where there's a fairly noticeable gap. I don't think it's the end of the world or anything, but it's enough to note going from Cinder down to Crook. So there's a couple of Mons in like that 115-ish tier that'll abuse it. Oh no, Raikou gets to go Modest against you. Boo-hoo.
Yeah. So I talked about the top four, but Azumarill, Iron Crown, Crocodile, Abomasnow, Komala as the other Terra, and Chimecho. So I
Big
love
bad
Iron Crown.
Chimecho.
Yeah. Chimecho was the obligatory 10th Mon.
He's there to hang out and never come to a game, but God, we love him.
Yeah. I had a Chimecho at first too.
All right, first thing I'm seeing wrong here is his hazards consist of Crocodile, Stealth Rock. End of
These were
sentence.
toxic spikes.
Ah, shit, you're right. But still, these hazards are dire.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, I didn't mean to make a Sneasler pun.
Cancel fist, everybody.
I hate it here. I hate accidentally being so funny.
Yeah. All right. So. Yeah, I mean, Terra Hydrapple, I believe, is very, very slept on.
I don't even think we can say it's slept on anymore. It's a Mon that's gotten a ton more respect in recent months. It being your only real viable Terra captain, I think is perfectly fine. but
The hate for
defensively,
Komala. The
I
hate.
mean, no. Terra Komala, it's not a real Pokemon. If it still had Last Resort, Nuclear Bomb low tier Terra, but they took it away. They ruined it. Entire identity gone.
Cut my life into pieces.
I don't even remember what I was saying about Hydrapple now. God damn it.
You were saying something about it being the only viable Terramon.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just gonna cut it off there.
Okay. Basically, yeah, I mean, Crook being the only rocker, I mean, I think overall the team's fine. Like, the team's pretty good, and JV didn't have a whole lot to work with because he came in after the draft, so
Yeah,
kind of
I
made do
don't.
with what he had.
I don't know. I just feel like the hazard game being so middling is terrifying.
Yeah,
I
that's
really
fair.
talked about the speed gap and forgot Iron Crown was a Pokemon. I'm so used to this shit being booster speed every week that I forgot it's base 98. Oops.
Yeah. It's not terrible.
No, it's not. But at the same time, a steal that can click the Stealth Rock button would have been appreciated here. But Crown's gas as fuck at the same time, so can I really fault him? Nah.
Yeah. All right. Moving on.
We got my goat, KJ.
KJ, yeah. Gotta find it. It was easier because JV's was the last one I made. I have to scroll to find KJ's. Okay. KJ's team consists of Spectrier, Urshifu Single Strike, Galarian Slowking, Cyclizar, Gliscor, which is Terra, Rotom Heat, Araquanid, Comfey, which is Terra, Decidueye, Hisui, Noctowl, which is also Terra, and Orthworm. So, I made sure KJ knew Shedtail was banned, yet he still had both Shedtail users on his team.
Which I honestly did not notice because I was so upset that his steel type is Orthworm. I am not a believer. I'm not a believer when it has Shedtail. Orthworm is dog shit. And this team is very, very scared of dragons.
Fist is a hater.
I am indeed a hater.
So
Comfey I dig, especially with Terra, but Orthworm as your steel. Ugh. Ugh.
Yes, Finfin Shedtail is illegal. But
Shedtail is funny and broken.
Anyway. Yeah. So KJ took a lot of inspiration from my WPF team, and the reason I know this is because I showed KJ my WPF team before the draft, and he took a lot of inspiration from it. Like, he has the Snow
top
Core,
three,
a Snow Setter and Glow King. He has Spectrier Urshifu. He has Gliscor. My Gliscor was not Terra. I had Terra Iron Moth, which he would have taken if somebody didn't snipe him of it.
Oh, I wonder who that is.
Yeah. And then, like, I guess Spectrier Urshifu Gliscor is really the only thing. I had Blastoise as my spinner, so instead of Cyclizar, but I also looked at Cyclizar.
Cyclizar, it's a great spinner, but taking it round 4 felt a little early.
Yeah.
Getting the Gliscor after that still is, kind of makes up for it. I'm not huge on Terra Gliscor, but I think it helps fill a lot of roles on the team. I feel like once you get past the Gliscor, though, this team is just so middling. Like, is it just me, or is this team, after that mark, lacking a lot of oomph? Like, it feels like a lot of these mons are just, like, mid.
I mean, I can see where you're coming from. Like, it's really relying on the top
on the
two.
top two. Yeah.
And
Because those are the only real breakers. Like, Iraq, when it has its matchups to be choice band, liquidation shit, don't get me wrong, but outside of those two, the offense is lacking.
Frosty said
I
it
don't
in
like being
chat.
this fat in Gen 9. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's 100% what he went for, Frosty.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dashing. Good morning.
Good morning, dashing. Even though it's...
Yeah, it does need Terra to be a great breaker.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Comfey with Terra is definitely more valuable than Iraq, if you ask me.
Yeah, that one's broken. Fist can tell you
It
how
is
broken
demonic.
it is.
Yeah, it's a shame you hacked me. Hacked me by accidentally clicking the wrong button and making the right play. That's my headcanon. I'm sticking to it.
Yeah. All right.
No, but with how pivot heavy the team is, I think he can play around getting in those top two to break where he needs to, but at the same time, it feels like it'd be a lot easier to pull the team off if he had one more button clicker mon, in a sense. Because he just spread the wealth so evenly on the bottom end. Like, imagine if he could just take that bottom three of Noctowl, Earthworm, Decidueye, Hisui, and get like a more viable steel type, and then the team would be a little bit more cohesive. Or if something turned into something that could punch you in the mouth a little better, like I said already. I don't know. I don't like this team because it's not something I would play with how fat it is.
That's fair.
It's bias, 100%. That top three, tried and true, can't go wrong.
The team that I had with it, like, I had Iron Moth and Baxcalibur, so, like, I had a little bit more
Yeah, it was
breaking
cracked.
power than that one, but...
Honestly, I would like this team more if he put backs on it. Low-key.
Yeah.
I mean, it's free.
See backs on this team.
He'd have to reshuffle, but I honestly feel like those bottom three are such a waste of 10 points that he could shuffle this team around, get one more breaker, and be way better off.
Yeah, I can see it. All right. Moving on.
One last thing. Hazards are dire. It's Gliscor and Earthworm to do them.
Yeah.
Okay, Crep. Noctowl is a go to low tier, but he's never going to bring it over Comfey or Gliscor, so it feels like a waste.
Yeah.
All right,
Crep,
for real. Let's talk about Mr. Thomas.
Are you here to join us? If you are, I can drag you in. Or can you not join us yet? Okay.
Yo,
so
goat.
Crep will be here in a minute. Okay.
Pulling up before we get to my team so someone else can yap about it instead of me.
All right. Crep is here now. Hello.
Good morning.
Hello.
All right. You came just in time for Thomas's team.
Whoa. Would have been here sooner if my opponent wasn't like 20 minutes late, but it's fine.
You know, that's a vibe. I respect it.
Yeah.
You got to take that 20 minutes you're late by to make the team.
Very
At
true.
least you
Very
weren't
true.
playing who?
Who is a
Tell me about it.
genre, but they do it on purpose, and so it's infuriating.
Yeah.
Well, if it was who, I'd still be playing the game. So.
Yeah, exactly.
True. We
No
literally
offense to-
started this off with me saying, are they playing who? No? Okay, they should be here in 20 minutes then.
Yeah.
Pretty accurate. I think the game was.
Oh, did I lose connection? And I lose connection.
Oof.
Oh no.
I don't know what's happening.
I'm here. Y'all are alive.
Okay.
We were alive the whole time. It was just you.
It just went quiet for me.
Nah, all good.
We can blame Discord. It's fine.
Yeah.
We can always get away with that, let's be honest.
Yeah, pretty much.
I was about to go nuclear and end the stream. The moment when I realized my internet's not as bad as I think it is.
Is that
All
really
right.
saying that much, though?
So, moving on to Thomas's team. You know, we got the Palafin, we got the Latios, we got the Weavile, we got Empoleon, Terra Moltres, we got Donphan, Terra Snorlax, Toxtricity, Terra Blossom, and Carbink.
Can we just talk about how he has a point left and didn't spend it?
Yeah, I think
That
Jax
is-
put Hisui and Zorua on there during draft, and Thomas is like, I have 1 extra point and a Hisui and Zorua spawned on my team. Can I keep it as a pet?
Oh my god.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, that's based.
Yeah.
Godbear, it doesn't have burn up. It's okay. It can't hurt you.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Let's be real here. Burn up Moltres and Natdex. That is the funniest Terra interaction in existence. I fucking love it.
Yeah, that's
Doesn't
definitely
get
top
burn
tier
up in
as
this
far
game.
as
Oh, sorry to cut you off
In-
there, Crap.
you're
Someone
good.
explain to me why they cut burn up and then made a burn up clone in the same gen. Like, what the
because
fuck?
they don't want us to have fun, obviously.
Exactly. Terra Moltres is a very, very strong mid-tier captain.
Oh, absolutely.
I honestly love it. Having the flame body pivot into other typings is suffering, and it makes you a bad person, Thomas, but in the right way.
Especially considering, like, you know, Moltres pretty commonly does the same thing of just being a flame body wall, but that one has the stats to just be a menace with Terra as well. Like, that thing can
Exactly.
sweep if you're not careful.
It can do anything it wants.
Exactly.
Like, in Natdex, it's always the nuclear bomb button, pretty much, because burn up is so fucking good, but here it can do anything. Terra Snorlax, I'm a believer in. That's another mon where it can do pretty much anything with Terra.
Yeah.
So,
If you
even
need a mon that will
though...
live any hit ever, there it is.
Exactly. Even though this team has no top tier Terra, I honestly really like the Terra captains at the same time. Like, Weavile doesn't need Terra to function. Obviously, Latios and Palafin are Terra banned to where I think this is an instance where they skipped a high tier Terra, and unlike I was talking about with Shroom's team, I honestly really like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I
this-
think Tox without Terra is a little bit weird, but I definitely don't think they should have Terra'd Tox over their other options.
Agreed there. I just don't really know why it's here, other than like grounded poison. Oh,
Yeah.
honestly, you get to the end there, and there wasn't a special breaker outside of the Latios really before that, so I guess that's why it's there. It just ticked a lot of boxes on paper, even though it probably won't come to more than a game or two. Like, I see the vision, but you
will
could have
say-
not Terra'd Blossom and gotten something better than Tox.
Yeah, for sure. Also, I will say
Oh,
before
I see,
before
Frosty, I got
started
you.
the stream up, I watched Thomas's draft analysis video, and he said he would change the Terra to Tox if he wasn't feeling Moltres. But
Gotcha.
That's
Yeah.
honestly a fair point, too.
Yeah, that's fair.
yeah,
Moltres, I feel like, will perform with Terra, though. It just depends on the week if you want it to be Molt or Snorlax.
yeah,
Agreed.
Definitely more versatility than most of us in who's gonna Terra every week.
Yeah, without a doubt.
yeah, for
And
sure.
Their top end is pretty hard to switch into as well. Like the Palafin of the Palafin, the combo of trying to switch around like Palafin, Latios, Weavile is not fun.
Yeah, I honestly vibe with the team a lot. I feel like usually in draft, when you don't lean on the top heavy approach, your team ends up just feeling middling because you have so many average mons. Like, half his team is an 11 or 12 pointer here. But it feels like he got enough cohesion and value out of them to where it clicks more than I would have expected it to. A lot of pivots to get that top end in.
Definitely, for sure.
Yeah. Also, I just want to shout out because Thomas actually was very creative with his draft analysis and had his friends guess his team by playing Jeopardy. So
I saw the
I
thumbnail.
saw
I have
that
not
title.
gotten to watch it yet.
Yeah, it was on my list of things to watch for later, but I have not got
Exactly.
to it yet.
The
very
draft
fun.
content is kind of crazy with everything that just started at the same time between BBL, fucking D League, and BBR, and here.
Yeah,
We are thriving right now.
little bit,
Yep.
little bit.
Good time to be a draft player for sure. So.
I mean, I
yeah.
think that's about all I have to say. I mean,
Yeah, like, it's
the
just a
only thing
solid
I can
team.
really knock is this team wanted a better spiker than Carbink, but
And a better
Carbink's
Yeah.
a cool guy. We're not gonna make fun of him.
No, he is cool. It being the only fairy is a little awkward because you definitely don't want to bring a Carbink every week, but it's not like awful.
Yeah, I feel like you got away with covering the loss of not having a good fairy on the fucking type chart with the rest of the team. And let's be
Yeah.
honest, Moltres loves turning into a fire type or a fairy type, excuse me. So
Moltres and Snorlax both, so
yeah, exactly. My
For
fairy
sure.
type is my Terra Captain of the week.
exactly.
All right. I think next is Finfin's team.
It's really fucked up that he took Palafin and then pinged the dude named Finfin afterwards.
Yeah, it was also fucked up that Cahoots took Dragapult before Q, but he said
No, it's
he
okay.
asked
Q drafted it.
permission, but I don't think Q took that kindly.
Understandable.
All right.
It took Q a long time to pick because he was asleep or something like a fucking loser. And he came in afterwards and said, guys, it's okay. I told him he could.
Yeah, he was asleep. Nah, he was just in the corner crying.
Yawning.
All right. Let's
Yawning through
move
the
on
tears.
to-
Real.
Let's move on to Finfin.
All right, we got Tarapa Goat, Golden Joseph, Terra Quackwivel, shout out Dashing Sceptile, he's in here somewhere. Ogrepon Hearthflame, Glimenis, Flygon with Terra as well, Dumbreon, Kilowattrel, Ribombee, and Quagsire.
Yeah. All right. So that
Yet
top-
another person drafts Goldango with Glimora.
Yeah. That's scary though, especially with like Ogrepon. Like, yeah, Kilowattrel and Ribombee without Terra. Maybe not the best really fast breakers, but Ogrepon can definitely abuse that. Like, you get the hazards. Ogrepon and Quaquaval both, and then you have Terapagos to remove, like, or Quaquaval, but
Removal's
Glimora
very
even.
good on this team between Quack,
Yeah.
Glim, and Tarap. Another rare W for Paldea Dex removal.
Which is
Yeah.
good because you really don't want Tarop to be your remover. So it's good there are two other
Exactly.
options.
Yeah.
Tarap may be really fucking good at it, but it likes doing other shit too.
Yeah, it prefers to just, sweep entire teams.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, just casual.
yeah.
And yes,
Or,
webs
know-
with Goldango is fun. Finfin comments in the chat.
That is fair. That is very fair.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And
Ribombee is
Terraquack,
not a good
too.
Pokemon on its own, but webs here are good.
Yeah.
Especially because a lot of the team is just packed up in that mid 80s realm.
Right.
Like, I don't know how to feel about that because I feel like a lot of them can mitigate that average speed tier, but at the same time, this team really wants the webs up every week, low key.
I mean, to an extent, but you also have a lot of mons that naturally boost their speed just by doing what they do. You have Terapagos that does it
Correct,
very
yeah.
easily. You have Quack that does it. You have, Ogrepon loves running Trailblaze here and there. So I don't think it's not like a must bring. It definitely is nice for the team though.
Yeah. A lot of mons, like you said, you give them a turn and then they're fast anyways. Makes up for it.
Yeah, for sure.
I think the only real point of criticism is I feel like there's kind of a lot riding on like Umbreon Quagsire to keep this team from like falling apart to one like super offensive mon. There's not a whole lot that wants to like switch in and take a hit outside of those two.
There's not a ton of conventional bulk on the team, but of course you have the best emergency button ever made
Exactly.
in Tarap. And then a lot of the offensive mons, you can honestly build very defensively.
Yeah,
Like
for sure.
Quack with Terra, you can get out of having all those weaknesses, and then all of a
Mhm.
sudden it's a decently bulky mon, whether it be like bulk up roost, aqua step, coverage shenanigans, or just full fat roll. Same with Goldango. When I use Goldango, I lean much more defensively than offensively with it. And I've
Right.
always had a lot more success that way, and then people run Scarf and complain that it's a bad mon. So I don't know.
It's so
I
real.
think a lot of this team comes down to how unconventional he uses the mons compared to how
Agreed.
they're normally looked at.
Definitely.
Yeah, and like that top 5 is very threatening, as is.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm not a believer in Hearthflame, but I like it on this team, so I kind of
Yeah.
respect it.
Yeah, I can get behind that too.
The team, it's just the top end speed being kind of fake with Rabambi Kilowattrel is worrying. But since the really fast mons want to creep to make sure they're faster than Quack after a boost or stuff like that, like if you're going
Right.
Scarfers or something along those lines, there should be enough threatening to keep mons from going super fat on the top end speed tier stuff.
And there is a lot of speed control as well. Like you have both
Exactly.
Umbreon and Kilowattrel can throw off Thunder Waves. You have Stun Spore and Sticky Web on the Rabombi. So you have options.
It just feels unconventional in those options to where it's,
Right.
it's awkward. It comes
I-
down to, again, how the team is played. I feel like this team is either going to go like 2-7 or 7-2, no in between.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because if they don't know how to pilot how this team is built to be used, it's going to be a struggle every week.
Mm-hmm.
Not to be confused with how who makes people struggle, like running out of PP.
All right, new drinking game for those in chat. Every time Fist knocks who, take a shot.
Oh no.
Bro's trying to get people killed.
Honestly.
Nah, who's my goat? He
Who's
played
great?
in ASL with me. It was like one of my first Wi-Fi leagues, and always
nice.
just a little bit of banter. Good dude.
Oh, he's a
But
great
also
dude,
he
for sure.
plays stall, so he deserves to get made fun of.
Yeah.
That's what comes with it. You
Yeah,
sign a
pretty much.
form before you bring it.
Yeah.
Unless you do my favorite thing of all time, bringing stall into a stall team and just showing them through sheer dominance that you're better than them.
Assert dominance, man.
Exactly. The longest game of draft I've ever played, it took 2.5 hours to finish the game because I brought stall into an actual hard stall team, and it was like 450 turns. Oh my god, it was
That
iconic.
is painful.
Or you're just me and you run Rock Slide on your Excadrill to flinch his Skarmory, and Theo forfeits because you 6-0'd him because you got one flinch against him.
Oh no.
That is iconic. I love
Yeah.
that.
It really is.
Theo doesn't even play the game, and he's gotten mentioned twice this stream. What a goat.
Yeah.
Stall
Alright,
icon.
Moving
Who's
on
got his
to-
picture on his wall?
Moving on, we have Vepsis' team, and oh boy,
This team terrifies me.
this team terrifies me too, and I'm so glad I'm not in this division.
Oh my goodness.
This team is very,
This
very
team is
scary.
just gas. Like this
Yeah.
is just
This
can't
is
stop, won't stop.
normally I'm not big on Hard Sun, but he has every single threat you needed on Hard Sun, and it just I don't want to play around it.
Yes.
All right, but we've got Tusk, Moon, Terra Wake, Enamorous T, Torkoal, Venusaur, Eel, Gligar, Chi-Yu, just a little late, and Terra Levani, also known as Venusaur at home.
Yeah, I think that's kind of like my first point of criticism is like Venusaur is still like perfectly serviceable as a Sun Sweeper, but without Terra, it's a little awkward.
But
I definitely think
he had
it's
to
more
make it Levani, I
conventional.
think, to afford both, or to afford Wake as the other Terra. So,
Yeah,
Right, I'm sure.
yeah.
It is I kind of struggle to see them wanting to bring it over any of their other like mons that just want to go in the sun just because there's no Terra.
Yeah.
I can agree with that. I think it's there's no right or wrong between terraing the Wake versus the Venu, assuming if he had terraed Venu, he could have gotten a second really good cap. Like if he went Venusaur and Amorous as Terra over the Wake, I think that also would have worked.
Right.
But Wake, you can justify having it over the Venu. It
Oh,
just
absolutely.
Terra water every week and kill everything in sight.
Yeah, that mon is a problem.
Yeah.
Very much
Wake,
so.
it's very much either you have an answer for it or you don't. And that's the video game.
Pretty
Yeah.
much, yeah.
It's a better version of Dracovish when you think of it, because it's a really matchup fishy mon, but it's way faster and it can do more.
Agreed.
And actually has an attack stat.
Yeah.
Dracovish clicks the funny button. Wake has multiple funny buttons it can click.
Everything
it has
it does is funny button.
and a funniest button.
Yeah, pretty much. I will say this, and this is probably a me thing more than anything, but I don't like teams that kind of feel like they rely solely on their weather. And I do kind of feel like this is one of those teams where, like, if you beat the weather, it becomes kind of an uphill battle for them.
I agree that the team relies a little too heavily on the sun, but it can also function without it.
It definitely can.
It's a little bit past the threshold where I'm comfortable with weather. But it's also so good at the weather with him getting all the protomons like he did
Right.
that he can get away with it.
Right, for sure.
Yeah, like I've drafted Sun twice, and both of those times there was like an alternative trick room mode and then like a screens hazard mode on it, which I would have liked to see that. I think that's the most successful recipe for Sun, just going like one or two protomons, and then you got like a chlorophyll sweeper that you can also terra, and then just a plethora of other options. However, this team does what it does so well that
Right.
I'm willing to give it a pass, because you just see Tusk, Wake, Chiyu, Roaring Moon, Venusaur, and Sun, and you're just like, how do I beat this? Like,
Yeah.
Finfin says
Yeah,
in
that's
chat,
a rare occurrence.
how did we let
of-
him do this? Yeah, this team is a case of how did this happen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the only other like potential concern is the team kind of doesn't have much of a backbone. Like, I feel like if you put them on the back foot, it's harder for them to recover because they don't have much that's like, oh, I can just like come and take a hit and kind of reset, outside of like kind of forcing a defensive Tusk or your Torkoal, but you don't want to risk Torkoal that way with this team.
Yeah. It's tough because Tusk on its own, even if it's not necessarily like a defensive Tusk, it can still check basically any physical attacker it wants to. To where, I don't know. I agree this team, if you get him a mon down, it's hard to come back from.
Right.
Yeah,
All
for
his
sure.
games are going to be 30 turns or less.
Oh,
Willing to
pretty
put
much,
money
yeah.
on that.
Vepsis? Or no, actually, who? Consider yourself lucky that you're not in Vepsis's division.
True.
Yeah. All right. I think we've said all that needs to be said about the Sun team. Let's move on.
I mean, it's Sun and it kill.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Like, is there type weaknesses that this team probably has with how it's built? Yeah, but I'm so scared looking at it, I didn't even think to analyze them.
Yeah.
That's so real.
Like, that's one of those teams you just look at and you're like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, I literally had this same matchup earlier today, but
Yeah.
different person.
I
Just scary Sun. Ah!
I will say, despite being a Sun team, they don't love switching into fairy moves.
Yeah.
Ike, yeah. If Venu doesn't come, then the Specs fairy move just hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Moving on, we have Aster's team.
Another war crime.
Lots of war crimes today.
Yeah.
So the only thing I have about Aster's team is like, Or let's go over it first, and then I'll share my gripes.
I've got one immediate one, even though this team is fucking terrifying.
Yeah. What is that?
Oh, I thought you were gonna read the team off first.
Oh, yeah. I'll go ahead and read the team off. It's just like you're like I have one immediate one, but so we have Deoxys
you first,
Speed.
then I'll bitch too.
Okay, Deoxys Speed, Garchomp, Iron Bundle, Tinkaton, Hawlucha, Terra Ogerpon, Muck, Dunsparce, which is also Terra, Rotom, Mabostiff, and Avalugg.
Yo, he lugging.
All right. What is your immediate gripe, Fist?
The removal is a Hawlucha that he took round 5 for some reason with no terrain, and an Avalugg that he didn't Terra.
Yeah.
Why?
Okay, so right off the bat, I love the Terra Ogre, I love the Dunsparce, and I love the top 3. Dunsparce is my favorite mon, for those of you who did not know that.
Fair enough.
So, I love those, but...
Wait. I gotta pause you for a second. Frosty, you're typing it wrong. It's not spelled Mabostiff, it's spelled Maballs Stiff. Continue, Will.
I think I should kick Fist from this call.
He hates that I'm right.
I cannot
hate
take
that I
this
didn't think of
Mabostiff
that
slander.
joke
That
first.
is literally my favorite Gen 9 mon. I've drafted it so many times. I love Mabostiff.
I do too.
Yeah.
I believe in him way more than I should, but I love him.
I mean,
Everyone
like,
loves him
just
after playing
forcing
Scarlet and Violet.
switch-ins with a stakeout mon is, that's
Terra
a hell of a
Mabostiff
drug.
is such a fun one too.
It so is.
Yeah.
Oh my god. All right, but can we talk about how we got Terra Ogerpon round 6?
That's
How the
wild.
fuck did that happen? He got a round 3 Garchomp. How the fuck did that happen?
Oh, I put it on.
It was coming back to me, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna get a round 3 Garchomp. This is amazing. Godbear will never take it. Phepsis will never take it. And then Aster got it, and I'm like, holy shit, I have to deal with Aster with a round 3 Garchomp. What have we done?
And then when Aster drafted Ogerpon, I'm like, oh shit, y'all fucked
Yeah,
up.
I pissed my pants.
Yeah.
This division's a little insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And let's
Y'all
just
fucked
ignore
up.
that he's probably the best player in the division by a mile.
Yeah, Aster is very good at the game.
Fair.
And
He has been clicking buttons in the video game for a long time.
Understandable.
yeah, Aster, scary team, and yeah,
Yeah, I really don't know. Because when you get past that Ogerpon, let me rephrase this. Let's pick that Ogerpon up and put it above the Hawlucha, right? That top 5, demonic.
Yeah.
Fast as fuck, good glue piece and tank. But then what the fuck was he cooking with the rest of it? I can't figure it out.
I
I get
have a
that he was
feeling
broke, but
I was gonna say, I feel like it came down to I used all my points help.
yeah, that
like he got a
after
lot of
talking
good
to
low tier
Aster,
mons,
That's kind of.
but
After talking to
We're having-
Aster, that's kind of accurate.
yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I love Muck. Muck is a solid.
Muck's awesome.
Muck's a staple low tier this gen, let's be honest.
Yeah, and then I can't knock the Terra Dunsparce. I love Terra Dunsparce. I love Dunsparce.
No, Terra
in general.
Dunsparce, with its natural bulk, it can fill a lot of roles to help the team with missing defensive pieces. I would have put Lug over it, though. I don't remember the point spread, so maybe that's why he didn't.
Yeah.
Dunsparce only cost 1 more to Terra. I know that.
Gotcha.
Where I think
And then
Muck would've cost
Avalugg.
2 more.
Avalugg
let's
without
see.
Terra is just like
Sad.
I would rather not draft it than have it without Terra. Like
Avalugg was 7 with Terra. That makes it make sense between the two now.
Yeah.
yeah. I I'm a big lover of Terra Avalugg. It's awesome, but that mon is completely tragic with no Terra. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the same time, though, like, I played a game against Mr. TJP like a week ago, and he switched in his Fizdef Avalugg against my Iron Hands, and I didn't even come close to it KOing with Drain Punch, and I just cried laughing. It was... It's so absurdly bulky for no reason, but it's a defensive ice type.
yeah, like there's a matchup here and there where it'll do what it does very well, but they're so few and far between when it's locked into ice type.
Exactly. But then without it, he's just like
I mean, it does
haunts your
give him
dreams.
it does give him a second spinner technically, or a spinner.
Yeah.
Technically.
Yeah, woo. My removal is Halucha and Avalugg. It's a shame he's gonna kill all of us before the hazards kill him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like just with how fast this team is there anyone brave enough to try to beat him with Trick Room? Like, that's all I got right now.
If something can even survive long enough to set the Trick Room.
Exactly. But then he's got the min speed Avalugg. Oh my god, he's got everything.
Yeah.
No,
Good
I don't
luck,
know. This team...
everyone in Days Division facing Aster.
This is
really
like
okay.
to say.
This is a very specific problem, but this team really does not like fighting Corviknight. Like, I don't know why that's what I like focused on, but
You know, it does have a lot of mons that don't deal with Corviknight. That's why he's got Rotom butt plug formation.
I need to get this guy out of here.
I don't remember who I saw name it that, but I haven't been able to get it out of my head since then.
oh no.
That's what I said too.
Yeah, I think I should Fire Fist.
oh no.
You can't fire me, you're not fucking paying me.
I didn't need to know that. No,
Exposed.
I exploit Fist for free labor. I thought that was already a given.
No,
Understandable.
Spectrum exploits me for labor.
Alright, let's move on to Godbear's team. And little funny thing, so the draft order was kind of messed up, and so Godbear and Fist's draft spots got changed, so Godbear took what Fist wanted to take. So
Fucking Will got me sniped by writing the order down wrong. I wanted Zarude so bad.
yeah.
Oof.
I didn't have the heart to harass my goat into giving me the mon I wanted. Don't you look at me? I see that comment in chat.
Hey, you've already harassed who enough. I know you met Godbear, but still.
I will make fun of who all I want. That's not what this is about.
You
I
said
did
of
meet
who all
Godbear
you want, or
in
who
ASL as well, though.
all I want. Okay. Anyway, let's get to Godbear's team. You got Terra Zarude, Iron Treads, Primarina, Latias, Thunderous Therian, Terrakion, Terra Typhlosion, Overquill, Houndstone, and Porygon Z.
Will really looked at Overquill and said, man, I don't remember what this thing is called.
No, I looked at Terra Typhlosion, or I looked at Typhlosion, and I'm like, after the Terra leak, that thing's stonks went down.
Oh,
God.
no.
He's actually bench warmer for the season. Godbear drafted him just to stick him in the back.
Well, I mean, the Terra leak happened after the draft.
Real.
Nah. He was taking one for the team. All right, let's talk about how Zarude is the best Terramon allowed. This mon doesn't fucking die. It just doesn't die. And then it kills you and your whole family because you can't kill it while it's setting up in your face.
Yeah.
Like, I hope he just fucking runs train on the whole division with Zarude to help push the Zarude terrestrialization agenda. I'm 100% on board with it.
Yeah. I was gonna be so happy that Zarude was gonna make it back to me in round 2 of the other draft, but we'll talk about that when we get to it. But then
Yeah.
I saw it got taken round 1, and I'm like, darn.
Yeah, that was wishful thinking, sir.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 24 points, so like,
It's just a little expensive.
Just a bit, just a bit.
yeah.
Yeah, no biggie.
But yeah, I like the top 5 a lot. Just rounding it out, and Overquill is a great 6th. I'm not sure how I feel about Porygon Z without Terra, but
It's such a weird mon with Terra because you have to rely on download now, and
I ran adaptability Terra Normal Porygon Z, and it was insane. But
the boost is so minuscule if you're an adaptability mon, though.
yeah, that's fair. But you
Like
still
when
get
people take Crawdaunt and they tier it super high and then Terra attacks it high too, it just makes me want to stick a fork in their eyeball because stop abusing my boy Crawdaunt. Put him
Real.
somewhere he's draftable. Please. I want to see somebody else use him.
Yeah.
No, I dig his team though.
Yeah.
Like
No,
you
it's
said,
a
Will,
really good
top
team.
5, really nice. Terrakion, not a Pokemon. Not a fan of it here. Other than that, I like the team though. Terrakion just, it doesn't fit your speed tiers. You didn't really need it. I don't know. It's weird how fast this team is while not having a real top end fast spawn. Is that just me? Like you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mons from 100 to 110, and then nothing over 110.
Right.
Yeah.
Which kind of can come back to bite you in worst case scenario, but
Because a lot of middling speed mons can run a choice scarf against you.
yeah, exactly.
No spoilers to how I built against him.
For those who don't know, Fist and Godbear play week 1.
Yeah. Let's just say Scarf Rufflet might have come.
Peak.
All right. Let's go.
Oh, he sees me calling him out. I'm sorry,
no.
Godbear.
Oh, no.
It's okay. I didn't post a Moltres anywhere. I promise. Oh, oops, I said it.
Okay. So, let's
I'll go buy
talk-
some Legos to step on. I got you, bro.
Let's talk about Fist's team. Now
Yo, the best
we can
one.
make fun of him.
Let's go.
I have to find it first. Here we go. So, I'm not going to say Fist's team name. It's... Oh, wait. Hold on. I need to find... Lars sent me Fist's team name. Hold on. I have to find it.
Did he translate my whole team name to German?
So,
Oh no.
Lars sent me Fist's team name, which I believe is an accurate representation. Let me find it.
Yeah, I'm genuinely curious because Lars is the fucking goat. So like, I can wait. Here, actually, since you're gonna take a minute, I'm gonna go grab a drink. Please don't say it before I get back.
Yeah.
Don't mind me. I slightly zoned out there.
I think...
I'm still here.
I think the server it was in might have been deleted because it was too cringy.
Oh no.
Oh no. Okay, I'll announce it when Fist gets back.
Okay.
It's not his team name in German, by the way. It's something a whole lot more cringy.
Oh no.
I have returned.
Okay.
Welcome back.
So, Fist is coach of the Skibbity Gyat Riz, only in Ohio. Duke Dennis, did you pray today? Livy Dunny, Rizzing Up Baby Gronk, Sussy Baka, Imposter Pibby Glitch in real life, Sigma Alpha Omega, Male Grindset, Andrew Tate, Goon Cave, Freddy Fazbear, Colleen Ballinger, Smurf Cat versus Strawberry Elephant, Blood Dogs, Schmwog, I Show Speed, a whole bunch of turbulence. Batucam Bro really thinks he's Cardi, literally hitting the gritty. the Aki Kai Sanat Phantom Tax Garden of Bambon, no edging in class, not on the Mosquito again, bussing Axel in Harlem, whooper, 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 12 buckle, my shoe goofy, Aiden Ross, sin, Monday left me broken, quirked up, white boy, busting it down, sexual style, goated with the sauce, pork, grimace, shake, Kiki, do you love me? Huggy Wuggy, Nathaniel B. Lightskin Stare, Biggest Bird, Omar the Referee, Among Us, Uncanny Wholesome Reddit Chungus, Keanu Reeves, Pizza Tower, Zesty Poggers. There's more of this, but I'm going to stop there because I feel like
it's
we already
even longer
lost
than
all
the
the
actual
viewers we
team
had.
name by a lot.
I just
That's
promised
fucking
Lars I would read
wild.
that on stream.
How
when we
long
got
did
to
he
this
spend
team.
writing that? Or did he
There
just
is a
have
lot
so
more,
much
and I will
brain
send
rot?
all of it to
He
you
just...
after the stream, and you can add it to your team name.
Oh my god. I'm not adding that to my team name.
Aw.
Even I have standards. Come on.
Okay,
No,
so let's talk about
just-
this team.
Just as reference, this logo has been added to over the 4.5 years I've been playing Draft. It started like 3 months in, and I just add to it every couple of months.
Okay, so I put redacted on the slide because I'm not reading all that.
Yeah, Jack put nope on his doc for
Yeah.
the other league.
So we got Meowscarada, Terra Iron Moth, Zapdos, Metagross, Tentacruel, Diancie, Mamoswine, Illumise, Terra Rufflet, and the last round, Urshifu Rapid Strike.
Shifu Rapid is my boy. I haven't used him in so long, and I saw that nobody else would realistically take him, and I planned around it for the rest of the draft.
That's great.
So let's let Fisk glaze himself up before we tear him down. Crap.
Like, I'm going to say real quick because I see a Mamoswine, so it's automatically a great team.
Exactly.
Crap,
I
what
haven't
are you
used
doing to
Mamoswine
me?
in so long.
I'm sorry, it's Mamoswine. That's my guy.
You're breaking my balls here. Now I have to roast it, and I don't have very many gripes at all.
Exactly. This team is
I'm
gas.
sorry, what can I say? There's
It's
a
got a
Mamoswine.
rufflet. It's got a... It's got a rufflet. What more do you need?
Look, I'm sorry, I can't talk bad on a Mamoswine team. That was my kill leader in my first ever draft league ever. So...
Frosty with the facts. The team names as long as match against who.
Yeah, that's so real, so relatable.
No, this team is me coping that I didn't get Zarude, and so I picked Meowscarada. And then I said, I want Broken Iron Moth with Terra or Broken Annihilate with Terra instead. And then I said, hey, Onesie, pick one of them for me so I don't have to choose. And then he did.
That's great.
Goat.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, it's just a bunch of comfort mons, low-key. But everything gelled together just right to where I fucking love this team. The biggest downside is mono Tentacruel removal, but if you're going to have one remover, Tentacruel's like an okay only remover.
Mm-hmm.
And my hazards are solid enough to where I can force some defogs too.
True.
I copied it because you're the GOAT and you smashed my shit in who. Bro brought Toxic Spikes versus me in semifinals, and I think Toxic Spikes probably did a combined 350% to 400% to my team.
That's insane.
And yeah, it was bad.
Can we not talk about who in Toxic Spikes? I'm getting PTSD.
You got 6-0'd. At least I didn't get 6-0'd.
You didn't have to say it!
If it makes you feel better, Will, I was also 6-0'd by who the first time I battled him.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, this
yeah,
is
it was
brutal.
the first time, so.
It did
I
improve.
have-
The second time I got 3-0'd, and the last time I beat him, so.
Oh,
I have
it
faith.
did improve.
Oh my god, Godfrey joining in. He's gotten 6-0'd by who too?
Welcome to the
6-0'd by Who
club.
Squad.
Woo! Who's the GOAT? Love you too, buddy.
He is great.
All right. with that aside, unless Fist wants to yap more about how great his
Come
team
on.
is.
You're supposed to shit on my team. Do it, bro. It's
have
not
no
as
real
broken as
gripes.
Aster's or Vepsis's, but it's more balanced than both of them. Go me!
I can't
It's
wait
so
till you
hard.
lose to both of them.
It's
I
so hard for me
probably
to say
will.
anything bad about this team because you have like some of my favorite draft mons I've ever used, with like Meow, Zapdos, Metagross, Tentacruel, Mamo. This is a me team, so I can't talk bad on it.
Zapdos is top 5 favorite mon and favorite draft mon, so like I snatched that shit at all given opportunities.
Understandable. I also have Zapdos over the other division, so I feel you.
Zapdos bros? Oh my god.
Woo!
All right, let's move on to the final draft of this division.
Thank you,
Which-
Who. I don't think I've seen a team with so many flying resists in my life.
Let's find the last team of this division.
While you're finding it, we've got, as I already said, Mr. Onesie with Terra Annihilate, Samurott of the Hisuian variation, Darkrai, Sylveon, Iron Hands, Jirachi, Burning's favorite Pokemon, Terra Cryogonal, Sarina, Colossal, and Terra Gabite, which is better than Terra Cryogonal.
I thought you were gonna say it's better than Terra Garchomp for a minute, and I was gonna have to fire you again.
I mean, in this league, it's better than Terra Garchomp because Terra
it's
Garchomp
not
is
allowed.
banned. Yeah,
Could get you disqualified.
exactly.
Yeah.
But please, I hope Vepsis Terrace is Garchomp against me. That'd be convenient.
Aster.
Yeah, that was the first thing I was going to comment on too, Frosty. The double dark here is... It's very interesting, don't get me wrong, but I don't see the thought process behind it. Other than my first 2 picks were slow. Darkrai fast.
I mean,
And then Darkrai's one of the only fast guys here.
at least
the
both
only
Darkrais
fast
are
guy
serving
here.
different roles, though.
Yeah,
It's not like they're fighting for like the same spot on the team, which is good.
yeah.
Also,
It kind of boils down to reminding me of my friend HGC, who's also a fellow draft whore. He's been using the core of Chenpao Chiyu a lot lately.
Oh no.
He's used it in a few different leagues, and it's like breaking on both sides and Dark being super good right now. To where this is kind of like a less suffering version of that. So I think it could work. I'm not gonna hate on it too hard,
Right.
but also I don't know if it will.
yeah.
That's fair.
There's also Iron Hands in addition to Annihilate. I mean, yeah, more often than not, Annihilate's gonna Terra, but double fighting as well.
Yeah, it's just a very strange team.
It is.
Yeah.
I don't know. Type overlap isn't something I'm always bothered by in draft if the mons are like doing different things for the team. So like I don't mind the
There's a
Samurott
purpose,
Darkrai,
yeah.
but Annihilate and Iron Hands feel like they do pretty similar things. Like I don't think you need them both here.
No, I don't see the vision behind hands at all. I had a little stroke there. Don't mind me.
It's all good. I definitely feel like Hands could have been like a better dragon type instead of the hands or something.
Honestly, I feel like hands could have just been better diversity in the team overall.
Yeah.
Because you get to the bottom end, like, Gabite's a meme pick, it's a 1-pointer, who cares? But non-Terra Cole, dog shit. Dog shit Pokemon. Why is
Yeah.
it there? It's a waste of 4 points.
Especially because you have 2 other spinners right above it, so it's not like you were desperate for a spinner.
Exactly. I don't understand it. Well, it's there because you're so cripplingly fire weak. That's why it's there.
It's their only real rocker as well, I suppose, because let's be honest, Annihilate's not clicking rocks.
Jirachi also really doesn't like being a rocker.
Yeah.
Jirachi is at its best when you can run offensive cheese. Not Ironhead. Ironhead spam is terrible. It hasn't been good for years. Please stop running it, people. Please.
So
Rocky Helmet's one of the
Gabite
best
is-
items in the game.
Gabite is unironically the best rocker on this team.
That's fucked up.
It actually kind of is. Oh no.
Yeah.
Galbite makes progress.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just weird seeing a decent amount of rockers on the team and none of them being particularly good at it. But at the same
Yeah.
time, you have obviously the best hazard setter in the history of the franchise, Mr. Hisui and Samurott, so
Right.
helps make up for it at least.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I don't know. This team is really funky.
Yeah, I don't know how to process this team.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
another one of he might have a vision that I don't, and he's gonna do fine. Or it's as weird as we think it is, and he's gonna get shit stomped all season.
Can I ban Who from my chat?
No.
He suggested Rockstall Annihilate.
Okay, we're gonna run. We've got Stealth Rocks. We've got Encore. We've got Rest. And we've got... What's another move?
We can
Who
still
would
have
run?
Rage Fist on there. It's fine.
No, that would make too much sense. We need Stall.
Rest
Does it learn
Annihilate with
Seismic
Vital
Toss,
Spirit.
perchance?
Let's go.
Does it learn Seismic Toss? Or Nightshade?
Seismic
One of the
Toss.
two. We'll pretend it's Seismic Toss. Yo,
This is-
Encore Taunt.
Oh, yes. Who gets me? Be sure to run Vital Spirit on it.
Exactly. We love Vital Spirit Rest. Trust
So,
me, it works. Just flick it against me.
Vital Spirit Annihilate is giving me flashbacks. So Addison instructed me to bring Yawn against an Annihilate, and they ran Vital Spirit against me. And I
Oh
lost.
no.
And yeah, I was sad because that was the only Vital Spirit Annihilate I have ever seen. And it was specifically...
And the
So
last
tragic.
one you'll ever see.
Yeah, it's probably
okay,
the only
guys,
one I'll ever
guys.
see. Shoutouts Wreck-It Mike.
Smogon Draft is going to ban sleep, so it's okay.
True.
Ninetales is just ruining Draft League. And Bronzong.
All right, let's get into the Malice division now. And
Are we
right
going to
away,
start on pick 1, or are we going to work backwards this time?
you know what? Because
Snake
I'm
style
towards the
for the
beginning,
draft
let's
players.
work backwards.
Let's go.
Whoa.
Okay. That means we start with Jack, and Jack made some transactions since I made the graphics the first time. So his new team I made today. So I didn't have to scroll at all.
Yay!
But my face cam is covering it, so I will move that out of the way to show you that he drafted Palafin.
Mm-hmm.
We love a wheel Palafin.
Yeah. So he also has Chi-Yu, Terra Iron Boulder, Archaladon, Ursaluna,
Just some.
Gardevoir, Drifblim, Hitmonchan, and Terra Electabuzz.
Terra Electabuzz is a funny guy.
Yeah.
I
he is a
must
funny
say.
guy.
And now looking at this team, it's another one where I'm just kind of scratching my head trying to figure out what the vision here is. Because I have
Oh, there we go.
no idea what he was cooking.
I mean, good luck trying to wall this team, I suppose. Like,
Oh, 100% agree.
like Palafin, Chi-Yu, Boulder, Ursaluna are all just nukes. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Having Palafin Chi-Yu and then not having a good electric or grass offensive mon is kind of like strange. But at the same time, they got to pick one to try and wall and fail at anyways, so.
yeah, and
Oh,
you have an
well.
Archaladon, which can kind of fill that role of like the electric type offensive guy, kind of, sorta.
Just set the rain. Chi-Yu isn't real.
Bring a power herb. It's fine.
Yo. God, Archaladon is such a goofy guy. I just drafted it for the first time, and it makes it so hard to fill all your resists on the team. Like,
Yeah.
look at how fucking fairy weak this poor guy is. He has an Amoonguss and a prayer.
Yeah.
The good thing is though, even with the lacking fairy resists, a lot of his team is bulky enough where they're not going to just die to a single Moonblast.
True. Very true. He's got a lot of moderately chubby guys on here.
Yeah.
Not a lot of like actual walls outside of like Amoonguss, but a lot of tanks.
Yeah, it does feel a little bit like I was saying the Sun team in the other division earlier is like if you get ahead against this team, I feel like it's not super easy for him to bring it back because he doesn't have those things that kind of just sit there in a kind of like a reset momentum for him outside of like specifically a Moongus, I suppose.
And I don't really like a Chi-Yu Palafin team having no pivots. Like
Yeah,
his
that's
pivot
fair.
is eject button, Electabuzz, Palafin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Volkswagen on Electabuzz. Oh, and teleport on Gardevoir if it lives a hit to
Oh,
teleport.
thank God. Thank God. I
True.
forgot.
Yeah.
Who
All
stop lying to us. You don't need to resist if you kill everything. That's not a thing you should say.
I mean, he's not wrong, but he's
No, he's not wrong. Oh, Drifblim gets baton pass. I didn't
True.
know
That is fair.
My
Yeah.
bad, bro. Electabuzz
Okay.
and Drifblim will carry Palafin Chi-Yu into hitting the field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is his own? No, he's.
Oh,
he's
by
two
the way,
removers with Drifblim
because
hit on top.
the
or
new
hit on top.
updated graphics, it was just mine and Jack's that were updated. This is gravy for those watching. I don't have his YouTube link below, but yeah, just gravy
Go check
on
him out
YouTube.
anyways.
His link is
Go
also
find
in
him
the
yourself.
description, as is everyone else's, so go check them out, but his was the only one not plugged on the graphic, so just had to get that out of the way.
And also, yeah, now that you say
So true,
hazards, his rockers consist of Archaludon, and his spikers consist of help. Please help. I want more hazards.
Yeah. That
Yeah, I
is
don't know.
fair. I guess
Jack's
Yeah.
the GOAT. His team is not.
Iron Boulder has rocks, I think.
If you're clicking rocks with Iron Boulder, that goes to show you drafted wrong. I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Who Hitmonchan Drifblim as the only removers is a little not great.
Yeah.
yeah, this team overall just I don't like just about anything
Like,
about it.
I see
I
the
feel
vision.
bad, but
The vision is we want to win the game in 20 turns or we lose. But
and then you lose the game in 20 turns.
yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. If Jack runs into who in the main season, he's fucked.
I mean, yeah, Zarude does kind of run a train on this team, huh?
A little bit.
Oh
Who's
my
not
god, fucking
next,
Terra
but-
Water Zarude into this team. Oh,
Who is not next fist, so
it's
We-
okay. We'll get to him soon.
yeah. Spoiler, who is the one after next?
Fair.
Let's move on to our next team.
We
Which I have to
got
find.
Mackie.
Yeah, Maki's team.
Mucky.
Oh, is it Maki, not Mackie?
Maki, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
Mucky.
weeb shit. That's how you
So
pronounce
it's not Big Mackie.
it. No.
Correct.
So Maki's team consists of Terapagos, Meowscarada,
True.
Raging Bolt, Alomomola. Thank you for not letting who have it. Pheasantdivity, or Pheasantskivity as I like to call it. Then
Pheasant Drippity.
Skeledirge with Terra, Lando T, Bronzong, Mousehold with Terra, and the Hawktua bird.
Nah. If we're making jokes like that, shout out to my boy Mystery, who has fallen off the face of the earth, who made an emote back in the day in 88 goals, and it was an upside down Bronzong, and he named it Cum Jar. And it was filled with a mysterious substance.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
trauma.
dear.
I can't look at that thing the same anymore.
Okay.
Understandable.
Be back 6 hours later for Fist's MBC After Dark stream where he can talk more about that.
I ordered a Bronzong plushie, guys.
Oh
Okay.
no.
Moving on. Let's talk about this team.
I guess we should do that.
Yeah.
Tarap is the GOAT. I like Tarap Meow as a versatile start because you can go anywhere from there. And then you took a round for Alomomola. Not a fan of that.
The Raging Bolt, though, with the first two is terrifying.
Yeah.
100% agreed.
And
There's very strong pivoting on this team,
There really is.
but at the same time, it's not the best hazards for a pivoting team. Like your rockers are really good, but I feel like you wanted a spiker other than Meow with how pivot happy you are.
That's fair.
Tarot Mousehold being your removal is not ideal.
Yeah. I mean, Cram gets defog, but that's still not great.
Oh, it does? I didn't know it kept it.
Yeah.
It's a cram though. He's a
like
cool guy, but he's
there are
not
at least options.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say,
you make a fair
Maki
point.
does have my favorite Terramon, or my favorite Draftmon of all time, which is Terra Skeletors. That thing is incredible.
Hera Dirge is demonic.
Yeah.
I feel like this team's missing a little bit of oomph, though. Is that just me? I feel like you've got Bolt and Lando as breakers, and then nothing else really.
I mean,
is a
Meow can
breaker.
definitely serve that role as well.
It depends on the team. Meow's a better cleaner than a breaker, but at the same time, Banded Meow is something I've brought a lot of times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely a bit of a slower team. It wants to play the long game.
Yep.
Which
in
isn't a
Gen
bad
9
thing,
is terrifying.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily a bad thing, but a lot of times, like a slow-paced team like this, just as an example that we already talked about, into Vepsis. Oh my god.
It depends. Like, yes and no, because I feel like Maki did a good job of getting pieces that, like, facilitate that kind of game plan. With, like, the Terradors, Bronzong, the Alomomola. Even, like, Raging Bolt can be pretty darn hard to bring down. I feel like she definitely has options to kind of force a longer game. Because you're not going to just sweep through a team immediately when there's a Terrador sitting in the back.
Very true.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's definitely fatter than I ever would have drafted, but at the same time, like you said, the pieces for it to be fatter there. My huge gripe really is the removal. Like, Tarap is super good, one of the best spinners in the game, but it doesn't want to have to do it. And with the team being a fatter angle, Tarap would want to lean more into an offensive role on the team than a defensive.
Agreed.
It's going to be rare that you need Tarap as like an emergency button, like a lot of teams do.
Yeah, this team will be running 5 boots many weeks, I'm sure. But
110%.
yeah.
If at first you cannot remove boots with the fur.
Yep.
Honestly.
This team is very fat. A lot bulkier for my taste. I agree.
Holy shit. Wait, I just realized this team is all American because it's so fucking fat.
All right.
So
Let's
true.
Move on, and I'm gonna dock Fist's pay even further.
Dang, is he getting negative now?
To taking
Yeah.
my money.
Fist is gonna start owing me money at the end of the stream.
Let's go.
All right.
All right. Next, we got the guy we've been making fun of the whole stream.
Yeah.
The GOAT,
We got a
young
12.
Theo
I'm
Monty.
kidding. That's a different stream.
I still haven't gotten the context to the fucking video that L5 made about A12. Like, I don't know why he made a fucking glaze for A12, but it was also really funny at the same time, so...
I will say, when I try to analyze just how A12's brain works, basically it's always that scene in Always Sunny in Philadelphia where Charlie's just losing his mind. Let us talk about the mail. There is no Pepe Sylvia. For those of you who have watched that show, you know the reference. It's very, very funny. Basically, A12's insane. Anyway, let's...
A12, he's like... What's the comparison I want to make here? God, I'm blanking on the dude's name. I feel so bad right now. God, I gotta go find his fucking name. I'm blanking on it.
Oh no.
Amel. He's like Amel Light. He's like Amel, but instead of sugar, you put Splenda in it. You know what I mean?
Emil from Wish.com.
Oh no.
No, he's not that bad. He's not that bad. He's just a little bit below Amel, because he's a fucking crackhead in the builder. But he's not as crackhead.
We finally have whose team on the screen. It took me a while to find it, so I'm glad we were able to yap to fill that time.
I didn't know I was stalling for you, but you're welcome.
Yeah. I'd rather you stall for me than who, so.
Oh no.
True.
Yeah.
I will point out that Who did say in chat that his transactions aren't on here.
Yes, that is because whose transactions are effective week 2.
Yeah, I would just point it out.
This is his week 1 team.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
We gotta make sure to rip into it, for it will never exist again.
Yeah.
Alright, he has the best mon in the format. Terra Zarud. Golden Joseph. Cyclazar. Also round 3. Why the fuck did everybody draft this thing so early? And then Gliscor, Selvion. Round 6 bundle based. Galarian Slowbro. Terra Altaria, a Who special, I must say. Spidops, Lantern, and Dugtrio.
The dreaded Altaria.
I was about to say we
Honestly,
just
If you know, you know, but the dreaded Altaria Who?
Yeah.
If he ever Terras Altaria over Zarud, I will slap him, because I know it's going to be like Wisp, Roost, something, Altaria. And it's going to sit there, and it's not going to die for no discernible reason. And he's just going to make everyone sad. When in the time it takes him to stall out one mon with the Altaria, he would have won the whole game with Zarud!
Oh boy.
But it's fine, I'm not mad.
Who is the kind of guy who will just run jungle healing Encore Zarud every week?
And he won't have any speed investment for some reason.
Yeah.
He'll just be like full fist F and still not die and still kill your entire team because fuck you.
Exactly.
This is a very Who team. Like,
Yeah. Except there's an
wonder
Iron
if
Bundle
it's
on
because
there,
he
which
drafted
that's not a Stallmon. I guess yes, you can run
Okay,
Binding
but
Band Whirlpool, and I've done that before, but
Yo?
that's the Who special though. He gets a stall team with 2 really messed up breakers, and that's his team. Like,
Yep.
I guess okay. So hear me out. Binding Band, Whirlpool, Iron Bundle. Bring it.
It's so fast, he doesn't need to invest in speed very much, and then he can be like Fizdef.
Yeah.
True.
And you can run that, except I brought that against Dashing Sceptile, and he's not in this league, so I'm not sure if that actually works here.
Damn. No, this team is... It's a Who team.
true. Who.
It's mostly really fat mons, which... Who with Zarud is terrifying, because it's super fat, except it murders your family and all your ancestors. Just everything dies.
Yeah.
And then he's got decent hazards around it. Like Gliscor is the entire hazards for the most part, but it's a Gliscor still, so like you can almost get away with it.
Especially
I don't
considering
know.
there's a Goldango there backing it up.
Exactly.
Who-
So, like,
in
once
the
those
chat
hazards are there, they're
says
not leaving.
Aurora
Exactly.
Veil
That's the only
Bundle.
reason I'm not knocking it too bad. Oh yes, the manual snow into the light clay bundle.
It's fine. That slow guy gets chilly reception, right?
Surely.
If only.
Yeah.
It's kind of fucked up that they only gave it to the slow kings and not the slow bros. But at the same time,
honestly.
then we'd have 4 chilly reception mons to deal with in a draft, and
That
would
is true.
suck.
But
That's so true.
Slow King's whole thing was like, in the second Pokemon movie, the one with Lugia, Slow King could talk, and so it tells dad jokes. That's its whole thing. Slowbro's not smart enough to talk. Slow King is.
Shout out to my boy J Caps for not being smart enough to talk. He's built like a slow bro for real.
Oh no.
All right. Yeah. I
No,
don't
this
have much
is-
to say about this team other than Who? You're disgusting.
It's fat and it's annoying, and he's going to do disgusting things with it. So even though I have things I want to make fun of on the team, I know he's gonna make it work anyways. So
Yeah.
what's the point?
Yeah, and there's a Doug trio there.
Y'all have stalled enough.
Oh, shut up, Frosty.
Okay, now we're gonna get to a team that I actually don't mind talking about, which is Krep's team.
No.
And yeah,
This team is so jank.
let me
That's the me special.
Yeah.
Like, I did some mocks versus Will for your week 1. And once I prepped with it, I liked it a lot more than I did before. But at the same time, why is there Corv plus Zapdos? I cannot figure out why it's there. I want to hear your thought process on it.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't remember the thought process. I drafted this like a month and a half ago. I just know that it works.
That's fucked up.
Krep and I played week 1, and I just have to say, my Terra captain was not happy here. When Fist said earlier that he was going to slap Fist also said he was going to slap me for bringing my primary Terra captain into this team, and I still brought it. And after mocking with it, Fist agreed I should bring it.
This is the worst Ogerpon matchup of all time.
Really?
But the matchup was kind of dire, and it still put the pressure it needed to in actually playing.
Right.
But a G-King, a Corv, and a Zapdos into a Terra Ogerpon, it's just like, what did he do to you? Why do you hate him? Crap.
If you want slightly more of an explanation for why both birds are here, it was mostly because as cool as defensive Zap is, I kind of wanted to free up Zap to be able to do more than just be the defensive bot it always is.
Okay, if you draft Zapdos and only use it as a defensive bot, you're using it wrong.
Oh, it's not the only thing. It takes the pressure off of it to need that every once in a while when you have a Corviknight.
Both the birds have pressure.
You know what I meant.
Suicune's got it too. A lot of pressure on this team.
This was also this was also a I'm going to draft all of the mons that I like plus a Florgs situation. So
yeah.
I mean, yeah, I can see that.
Can we talk about the goat of the team, Bayleaf?
She's here.
Nah, the real goat, being serious though, Hisuian Arcanine.
Yeah, I'm
Mid-tier
so
Terra,
excited to use that more.
I love that guy.
Yeah.
Like,
he's
I've
just
shit on a lot of
nuke.
teams for not having a top tier Terra, but fucking Arcanine, gas as fuck. Love that guy. He can do literally everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You could be locked into fucking Terra Grass and be a happy boy still.
That's so true.
Yeah. So, Krep, since this is your team, if you want to elaborate a little bit on it.
Fair.
They just said they don't know why they drafted Corv and Zap together, and then scrambled for an excuse after thinking about it for a couple minutes. Is there really that much more to
I really
add?
had to remind myself it's been a while, but like what I said really does kind of like shine through. Is I just wanted to draft a team that's like they're either mons I've used before and really, really liked, or mons that are just like some of my personal favorites and I've wanted to use for a while. And that was just kind of the philosophy with kind of starting the build. And I just kind of ran with it from there. So the things kind of fell into place. Like I ended up with the Terra Glaceon plus the Slowking, which will probably come up once or twice. I have my really messed up defensive core of Glowking, Corviknight, Zapdos with a Florgs. That'll probably come to a game sometime. Fun fact, I didn't want the Florg. It's Sylveon, but that was denied.
Well,
let's be honest here.
It's available.
If you didn't take Florges, you were in a dire situation for a fairy.
Oh, definitely.
Just take
Sylveon
it,
is
run.
now on the board.
Yeah, but I don't make transactions.
Fair.
You stubborn bitch.
Literally, I refuse.
Literally, you could just drop Glaceon and Florges for funny one-pointer and Sylveon, and you'd be done and dusted.
You're right.
Another
could,
funny
but look at that
one-pointer?
Glaceon.
But you
She's
won't.
awesome.
Exactly.
All right.
Glaceon is a very funny one-pointer.
I want
Terra.
a chilly reception into Terra Ice Blizzards. Okay, leave me alone.
Or you could Terra Ground and be an actual defensive piece.
Oh, absolutely.
And then be a Mamoswine at home.
That's so true.
let's move on. And now we get the big man himself, Mr. 6 Foot Hacks. Leo.
He's got a weird ass team.
Yeah. Let me find it.
That's a
Leo said,
messed up first 5.
Leo shouted out his front office, Skyhorse Tamer, Shuckle King. These people helped him draft. I think there were a couple more I'm forgetting, but yeah.
Bro's got fucking Skyhorse helping him draft. Yikes.
Yeah, that's why it looks so weird.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, there's thought processes that I don't understand going into this. Then, if you've got Skyhorse helping you out,
nobody's thought process. Skyhorse can only understand Skyhorse's own thought process.
Yeah, that dude's fucking goated though.
He was my DPL captain, and I had to sub in for him once, and had to bring Agility Rising Voltage Lantern in finals with electric terrain, and I had no idea how to pilot that.
Because who does?
Yeah.
True.
Not to be confused
Skyhorse,
with the
that's
we
who
have
does. Anyway, enough about Skyhorse. Let's talk about Leo's team.
Team is messed up in a good way.
Yeah.
It's...
Deoxys Speed, Tornadus Therian, Urshifu Rapid, Tinglu, Jirachi, Terra Sinistra, Tentacruel, Terra Chinchino, Magneton, and Clefairy. So
This team screams Smogon.
Yeah, very much so.
I like that it's a team where it feels like every mon feels like it has a role here. Like nothing feels like it. Oh, I just kind of want this thing for, I don't know, reasons. Like
Magneton is here and he is hanging out.
Magneton is actually so good though. Like
Yeah.
Okay, let's back that up. Magneton for 2 points is a very good mon. You gotta specify. Because it fills a very helpful niche on this team because a lot of it really doesn't appreciate steel
Also,
types.
I do want to point out, before Leo made transactions, he had a Dragonite on this team. I sent Leo a team that I drafted a couple months ago that just looked identical to his, and he's like, whoa, that's so crazy. But...
And then he said, oh, it's too similar to something Will would do, and then dropped it on its neck.
No.
Oh no.
No, it was the L5 DLWC team, Fist.
Oh, the Terragran shenanigans? Yeah.
Yes, it was exactly that. With the Dragonite. It had Jirachi, it had Dragonite, it had Deoxys Speed. It had Tinglu, I think. But basically,
Mr. Bingus.
Yeah, it was exactly the same team. And so
this team, it's another one where like I just can't comprehend the vision to it. So like I feel like I'm just missing something, but it feels so janky. It's another one where the Terras are all mid tiers, but Sinistra is fucking demonic, so it kind of makes up for it.
Yeah, that thing
also
is
not a bad Terra captain. Like,
yeah, Sagino's it's fine for what it is. Like it's gonna have its matchups where they're weak to normal, you get your coverage Terra, and then you just unexpectedly blow through it.
Yeah.
yeah. And, you know, like, Deoxys
the
Speed-
first 6 is just ridiculous. Like,
Yeah.
it is not a fun team to try and break through, I feel. Like, the Deoxys Speed doing literally anything under the sun that it wants. And pretty much the same thing with Torn. Both just super fast mons that can do whatever they feel like. And then you have things that just don't want to die with, like, the Tinglu, the Sinistra, the Jirachi, and then you have your messed up Breaker with the Shifu. Like...
Yeah. The one thing I really have to say against this team is I don't like that he has 2 mons reliant on Eviolite at the bottom end, Magneton and Clefairy, but watching Leo's draft analysis a little bit, he said like he wanted 9 mons and the minimum was 10, so he kind of just scraped together the last couple.
And there are like decent knock switch-ins with like Tinglu sitting right there as well.
Yeah, that's fair too.
I mean, it doesn't have any like super crippling weaknesses. Like, yeah, sure, fire is scary because you know Shifu Rapid is one of your two switch-ins, but then you have fucking Sinistra and it Terra's and it has heat proof and then kind of covers that right back up. It feels weird. I don't know.
I guess
This team, its sprites don't pass my vibe check, so it's bad.
I guess Gunk has a point that Magneton doesn't necessarily have to be Eviolite locked.
Oh yeah, definitely not.
Yeah, I've seen.
It
Scarf
feels like it
Magneton.
was a shoulder shrug. I'm gonna take this because Magnet Pole could be cool with my team.
I mean,
It
in
gives
the
you
other
another pivot.
division-
It gives you a solid steel type.
Yeah.
I like Magneton. I think it's better than we're giving it credit for.
I like Clefairy a lot as a budget fairy too. I use it as a copium fairy a lot of the time, and it always gets the job done. It doesn't do anything particularly well, but you know, it comes in, takes a few hits, gets some rocks, maybe it kills itself for a healing wish. It does something at least.
Right.
For sure. All right. Up next, we have Frosty's team, and Frosty's team is a little bit out of order. So, for context, someone told me that they had to drop mid-draft, and Frosty was here to on standby, ready to replace someone if someone dropped. So, shout outs to Frosty for doing that again. And
Goat.
yeah, let's talk about the team. The team that was currently being drafted did not really fit Frosty's playstyle, so Frosty made a lot of moves in Grace because I gave him an additional 5 free Grace moves to change up the team a little bit. And my face cam is frozen. Let me fix that real quick.
I guess that's
But-
a thing you should do.
Yeah. Okay, so that's why Frosty's team looks a little bit out of order here, but Galarian
Round
Zapdos,
1 G-Zap. Let's go!
Skarmory, Swampert, Sandy Shocks, Terra Necrozma, Rillaboom, Low Kicks, Terra Mismagius, Diancie, Salazzle, and Furret.
I love these Terras so much.
Terra Necrozma
I
and
do
Terra
agree.
Mismagius. Yeah, both.
Terra Necrozma it's broken.
A little bit.
Like just a healthy dose of broken. Not like ban it broken, like, oh my god, what am I gonna do against this thing broken?
Yeah, agreed.
And then Mismagius, it's such a fucking good low tier that never gets respected, but I love him. Her? I think it's her locked. I don't remember.
Mismagius is cool, but I
This
wish
team, it's
I
got-
kind of wish the Low Kicks was Terra. Not seeing Terra Low Kicks makes me cry a little, but
Non-Terra low kicks is barely a Pokemon.
yeah.
I don't respect it at all. And also, this team suffers a lot from, like you said, subbing in, because the only top tier being Necrozma, when so many of these teams are fucking broken, is going to be problematic.
Yeah, so I will say Leo reaped the benefits of Frosty subbing in because this team originally had both Torn T and Urshifu Rapid on it.
Oh,
But
Oh dang.
I didn't
Yeah.
know that context.
yeah,
I don't know. I feel like for a team that only has like one high tier, it's still like I think it still functions perfectly fine. Like you have the Rillaboom, which
agree.
is
Yep.
almost a high tier. It's like right on the cusp. You have Gyarados, which is a walking nuclear bomb.
Yep.
You have a really solid like defensive lineup, with, like your Swampert, Skarmory, Diancie. Like I actually like this team a lot.
I wouldn't go that far. I think it functions a lot better than Scraps normally would. And I'm a fucking G-Zap stan. I fucking love that mon. It's just so hard to fit onto a team. And it's a lot easier to fit onto a team when you go, well, I'm picking up Scraps. I like him more than Urshifu. And then you throw Urshifu in the garbage can. And then, you know, Leo's a garbage picker, so.
yeah,
Took everything that Frosty threw out, damn.
yeah. But this team is definitely reliant on the Terra Necrozma, but Terra Necrozma's a broken guy, so, you know.
My biggest issue with this team is it's lacking so heavily in breakers.
Yeah.
Like, there's G-Zap and
It's like G-Zap and sometimes Rillaboom.
And Necrozma
Yeah.
can be used as a breaker, but
it doesn't function best as a breaker though, so it's hard to
I mean,
excuse it with that.
Realistically,
Yeah.
Shocks can be one as well. Like, it's not its ideal role, but it absolutely can be. It has the tools.
Yeah, removal isn't real gunk. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, it's literally not real. Like
Yeah.
there's none.
the their removal is making the opponent defog into Gyaptos.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Furret.
Yeah,
No, I'm
there
kidding.
is crazy
there is a
hazards
Furret,
here,
but-
Mr. Frosty.
Yeah.
Oh wait, shit. Yeah, that's why
Yeah.
Furret's here. He's here to
Yeah.
walk and tidy up.
True.
Yeah.
This team does have some really messed up hazards though. There is like 4
yeah.
very real hazard mons.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a plus.
Mhm.
Is it enough of a plus to excuse your removal being Furret? No.
I had Furret in MBC Season 1. I went 3-6. Moving on.
Dude's honest, at least.
True. So I like the team, but I like my funky, weird little teams. So,
Yeah,
my
I
opinion's
feel
not
like
the most valid.
it's yet another example of I'm missing something here. He's either gonna get smashed all season or do way better than I expect him to.
Yeah.
All right. Up next, we have A12's team, and I don't know if
I think you meant to
quite-
say Amel, but made with Splenda, like we talked about before.
Yeah. There is a non-Terra Annihilate that he took round 1. A Glamora, Iron Crown, Weavile, which is his Terra Captain, Moltres, Ursaluna Blood Moon, Shaman, Comfy, Walking Wake without Sun, and Terra Cricketune.
I just need to make a little correction. It's actually pronounced Ursaluna Baby Mama. Common misconception.
I thought it was Bowel Movement.
No, Baby Mama.
Good to know.
So
I feel like first things first. There are 3, maybe even 4 mons on this team that I would have rather seen Terra over Weavile. Like, there's nothing wrong with Terra Weavile, but like I feel like they're just better options.
It doesn't change anything that Weavile does.
Yeah.
That's the issue with it.
Like, Annihilate loves Terra, Crown loves Terra, Walking Wake loves Terra.
A12 had 6th pick overall. A12 complained about Zarud being allowed. A12 picked non-Terra Annihilate round 1.
Yep. Which, don't get me wrong, I was more on the fence than a lot of people were about Zarud, but I was never on the fence about banning non-Terra Annihilate.
Yeah.
This is a classic example of what was he cooking.
Yeah. Like,
I don't think anyone
minus
can
the
ever
weird-
understand the method to A12's madness. But
True.
what in EDC, in his finals game, he said that he won 12 leagues in a row. So
neat.
there is a method to
I
his
thought he
madness,
said
but
he
no
had
one
won
understands.
12 games in a row.
No, he won 12 Wi-Fi leagues in a row.
Yikes.
Yes.
Dang.
He didn't win Summer Scramble, though. Let's go, who?
I will say, outside of like the questionable Terra choice, the team is really cool.
It's goofy as fuck, but it's cool.
Yeah.
I don't know why Walking Wake is there, other than he got to the end and he was like, I don't have a water type.
Or a
and
dragon.
I have 14 points.
Also,
That's a cool looking dude.
yeah. Also,
And-
A12 is still in denial that Diggersby is not in the game, and so he drafted Diggersby's special cousin.
Real.
Yeah.
I will say, like,
Yo,
Walking
wait.
Wake can function outside of Sun. I don't hate it. It's weird on this team, but I don't hate
Yeah,
it.
I don't understand why it's here. Genuinely, no idea.
Yeah.
Oh, you played in D League today. That's awesome.
They also
Oh my
played in
god.
top 4 of Scramble, I believe. So,
And look who came out on top. It wasn't Non-Terra Annihilate, that's for sure.
yeah. All right, let's move on.
Yeah,
I
Comfy should
agree.
100% be Terra. Agreed.
Honestly, if they, I don't know like point values, but if they could have done like Terra Crown, Terra Confi, I feel like that would have been way better.
Oh my
I
god,
think
so
that was
much better.
possible. But A12 wanted to use Terra Weavile. A12 is of the mindset, I want to make a not yet realized Terra broken.
And that's fine. Like, if it's something you just want to use, then like more power to you.
Yeah.
But maybe don't take the Annihilate round 1
Yeah.
if you're not going to Terra it.
I guess the mentality was I don't want to fight Terra Annihilate, so no one else gets it.
Yeah. I mean,
It's
I
all
was
fun and
heavily
games
debating
until you
it.
get cross-div playoffs.
If Ellie would have taken my first pick instead of what she ended up taking, I was going to draft Terra Annihilate round 1. But
Fair.
moving
But you
on to
didn't.
my team and what I
Oh,
actually
it's so
picked.
ass.
So my team also does not have the plug here, but you're already on my channel, so my draft analysis is already out. You can check that out after the stream if you want.
This is so shameless.
We're on my channel.
Imagine plugging your own channel on your own channel.
I'm desperate,
Crazy.
okay?
Nah, I'll let him chill. It's fine.
Fire
Killing
Fist.
yourself.
Anyway, my team is Great Tusk, Terra Ogrepon, Latios.
Shut up, Pooh. Terra
Thunderous
Ogrepon is
Therian.
broken, but you're not going to use it like me.
Primarina, Scizor, Terra Colossal, Frostlass, Skuntank, and Dunsparce. Roast away.
I feel
You
like your
took a
first
round 3 Prim.
Yeah.
Why?
To be fair, Prim
was-
is. I don't even hate Prim as a round 3. That mon is actually really good.
I
I
fucking
did take
love
Prim round 3, but
But round 3.
yeah. So I was debating between Prim and Bundle, and then I'm like, well, with Bundle, I was like, then it's gonna be awkward fitting a fairy on there. So
Prim's better anyway.
Prim was just a glue piece that I really wanted, and I had 2 physical attackers at that point. And like my plan was completely different in the draft than it was after the grace period because Latios got dropped. So
Yeah, it did. That's a thing that happened.
yeah.
I will say I feel like after your 6th mon, the quality of mons definitely kind of dropped off. Like at least you have the Terra on the Colossal, so like it's definitively fine. But
I really like Skuntank. I'm a big Skuntank believer, and
that's
I love Skunk, don't get me wrong, but your Ghost Resist being Dunsparce Skuntank is scary.
yeah,
and it's like
that's
it's your only
fair.
dark type as well, so like
Yeah, that's definitely fair.
And like obvious point is obvious, but you don't have the type diversity of Terra to kind of cover that. So I feel like anytime you go up against a scary ghost, it's going to be
Yeah.
scary.
Also, my team, despite having Thunderous Therian, really struggles with flying types, and I'm well aware of that. And as we discussed, Crep was my week 1 and worst Ogrepon
Double
matchup in the
bird.
league. So
Yeah, and
yeah,
let's be honest here. Scizor is a great mon, but anytime you draft it, you're probably going to end up flying weak.
yeah.
Makes the copium make a little bit more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Terra Claw is fine as like a low tier to go with.
Yeah,
Ogrepon.
it's
I don't
it's
hate
fine. I don't hate it that it's Terra. When it's not Terra, why? Why did you
it.
take it?
Yeah, pretty much.
no, it's Terra.
Why did you take Frostlass here?
So basically, I was looking at my typings and I realized with this transaction that I had one of every type with no overlap, which I really liked. And Frostlass was exactly enough points. It was an additional spiker. And yeah, it just kind of served as like a spin blocker. I'm not a huge Frostlass believer, but it filled out the role I wanted it to fill out nicely. And
I feel like you would have been better off with using the extra points to upgrade Dunsparce.
no,
And then just get like a shitter 1-pointer.
no.
Not saying Dunsparce is bad, but like, imagine your team if it was a Dunsparce.
If anything,
It would have helped fill roles a little better.
I think I drafted Dunsparce originally.
And,
Yeah, I
like,
don't
to
know.
be fair, like for a 5-pointer, I think Frostlass is like fine value. You get speed,
Yeah.
you get spikes.
It's just having 2 110s already. You didn't need the speed tier.
Yeah.
You had good spikers already. It just doesn't feel necessary here, but it's also a 5-point mon that I'm nitpicking. So
Yeah.
Banning who from my chat? He said Dunsparce is bad.
honestly, what you should do is ban who from life. Go find his house.
Oh no.
He made fun of the logo mon.
Who I'm gonna find you, and I'm going to pour Legos outside of your doorstep.
Oh my
no.
god. A fate worse than death.
Real. The triple 110s here are kind of funny, but it's also more like 2.5 110s because
It's two
let's be honest,
110s.
it's probably
Ogerpon
it's probably
has base
Ogerpon
200
tearing
speed.
almost every week.
We had this exact conversation at the beginning.
Yeah.
Because
We had this conversation
there's
before
a
you
team
got
in
here,
both
Crep.
noobs that has 3 110s.
That's
Yeah.
great.
But
Pro set spikes up IRL.
I do have two transactions left. Maybe the Frostlass and the Skuntank can be changed. Possibly.
Bro won't give up Lil Dunny.
That's fair.
But
I think the only other point of criticism for me personally, and it's not like the biggest deal, but just something I like in draft is like a team that can last in the long game if it needs to. And I feel like your team is kind of like, I don't know, it doesn't feel like it has that longevity to like outlast a team. It kind of has to break and break quick.
Yeah,
I feel
I mean-
like I don't agree with that at all, honestly. I think there's a lot of mons here that can go either very fat or very offensive.
They can, but most of them, like, there is, what, a mon here that has any form of reliable healing? I guess unless we count Dunsparce.
Hey, we got 2. Ogerpon clicking synthesis. The Who special.
The Who special.
and Latios with recover.
Yeah.
And then Scizor crying.
Yeah, honestly. It's
Resto
like, it's not
Chesto
the-
Scizor is real.
True.
Stop the cope.
It's admittedly not the end of the world because you do have like some bulky pieces. I just feel like it doesn't have that like ability to really last. And that again, that might just be a me thing, but
Yeah, I mean,
Will needs to go to the doctor to get special pills to last longer.
I am ashamed.
oh no.
Moving on.
Do they even have doctors in Puerto Rico, though? Let's be honest.
Is that racist? I feel like that's racist.
My ex-wife is Puerto Rican. That's the joke.
Oh, okay.
Was she a doctor?
No.
Dang.
Why do you think they didn't have any doctors? Come on.
That's gotta be racially motivated.
No,
I'm always
docking-
racially motivated. I'm
That's
American.
concerning.
I'm docking Fist's pay again.
Dang, now he owes you $2 whole dollars.
Yeah.
You think I got $2?
Same.
Anyway, I'm gonna move on to Ellie's team now. Because I've yapped about mine long enough. And once again, I have to change where my face cam is. And I have to fix it again because it's frozen.
Facecam does not like you today.
It does not.
This is so sad. Drop a like if it also makes you sad.
Okay, so Ellie's team consists of gay porn because she did not type what she was drafting in the chat.
I just said gay porn.
Yes, gay porn.
Uh-huh.
Then tongue porn, trunk porn, Mew, which is Terra, Tinkaton, Rotom Wash, Terra Whimsicott, which I forgot the name of, Overquill, which I did not forget the name of this time,
Yay!
and Spiritomb.
All right, can we just talk about how she gave up on the porn theme when she got to the one that is, kind of childlike?
I mean, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can we be just clapping for that one? Like, the Pokemon player didn't try to diddle children? Woohoo!
I feel
Go
like we
Ellie!
shouldn't have to, but we really are in that world, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ellie is the queen of rambling mid-draft game, and I'm here for it.
Same, though.
Yep.
But do you scream for no reason while you're doing it?
I was more
He
talking about I
does.
agree with your take, but
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm here for it. I love Ellie's content.
Yeah.
Same.
But she always just starts screaming. And Tinkaton is there to bonk her on the head with the hammer and shut her up.
Oh, no.
God damn.
Oh my god.
This
team is
embodies
gas,
the
though.
Tinkaton meme of
Yeah.
I'm going to cause problems on purpose.
Yeah.
That's my vibe.
I'm
IRL.
I'm so glad there's 2 water types because Greninja, as much as Greninja is a good mon, it's not a real water type.
Greninja Rotom Wash is tried and true.
Yeah.
I mean, actual bulky water with the frog that kills everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
Round 3
I'm-
Donphan is a stretch, but I love Donphan, so I'll respect
Same.
it.
Yeah.
I am the biggest Greninja hater in existence. I feel like that mon does nothing 9 times out of 10, but when it does something, it does everything. But it definitely fits really well here with gouging, especially.
A little.
That is
fun
the least
fact.
draft league player thing I have ever heard.
That's totally fair. Just I don't know. Every time I've used Greninja, I feel like it has been the most useless member of my team, and that's probably a me thing more than anything. But I
it
do
is.
not like Grin.
Yeah, it is.
As long as you understand that you're the problem, it's okay.
Oh, definitely.
Anyway, what I was gonna say was Q and Ellie both have the same top 2, and Q asked Ellie what we were drafting next, and then Ellie drafted Donphan, and Q's like, nah, I'm good. Trunk porn is where he drew the line.
So Q isn't a fan of trunk porn. You know,
Correct.
honestly, okay, hear me out. Isn't gay porn and trunk porn pretty much the same thing?
That's
I really
a different
didn't need to think
stream.
about that implication.
That's a different stream. That is MBC After Dark. YouTube.com/Fistierdoom.
No, that's my OnlyFans, actually. Come on. I've been plugging it for years. There's nothing on it, but you can send me money.
Moving on. What else can we say about Ellie's team? Terra Mew, terrifying.
No. Terra Mew is terrifying if you know how to cook, and Ellie can cook, so
Yeah, definitely.
therefore.
Terrifying.
A mon that can do almost anything, be able to become any type in the game is a little crazy if you know what you're doing with it.
Can't
Yep.
like roost anymore.
Just so true.
And, of course,
Why is there
Gouging
a
Gary,
Whimsicott here?
always a threat. Always a
Whimsicott is
problem.
here because there was no grass or fairy type, so now there's a Whimsicott.
No, there's
Yeah.
a Tinkaton.
Oh, there is a Tinkaton. What am I on about? Okay.
Is it just me, or is Whimsicott literally just there because it's a funny Terra, and it has Prankster Encore? Like that's the only thing I can put together here.
Yeah, I could see that. I do feel like the team kind of struggles to break a little bit.
The only true breaker on this team is Gouging Fire, and even then, it prefers to be a setup win con as opposed to a breaker.
Like all of our scariest things being, the Terra Mew, the Greninja, and the Gouging. They're not really the mon you want to kind of lead the charge. They're the ones that come in afterwards and completely end a game for you.
100%. It's where I feel like this team is going to rely on the more traditionally defensive mons being used in a more offensive sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like shit like Overquill and Rotom that are normally fat fucks clicking the setup buttons and then getting surprise KOs.
I want to see a
feel like
banded
this
Dawn
is-
fan do something.
Yo. Shout out to a Radical Red Dawn fan with a choice band, Technician Bone Meringue. Holy
Real.
shit. I wish he was real.
Yeah.
No, I feel like this team will require proper cooking, and Ellie is a chef, so.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Let's move on to Daria's team.
We have the seductive Miascarada.
Yeah.
That makes me slightly uncomfortable. Like, the arc's well done, but it's like, why is it posing like one of my French girls? Come on.
Just let her cook. It's fine. We don't need to think about it.
Oh my god, she came back for hers! That's crazy.
Yeah.
As soon as
just
I
have to
start
find
talking about how uncomfortable seductive Miascarada makes me, she just pulls back up.
You summoned her.
Because I'm a furry. Own it, girl. Own it. Just don't come near my dog.
Jeez.
Jesus Christ. This, you owe me $3 now.
Just when you think I can't get worse, I get worse. I'm like gonorrhea.
Okay.
Jeez. Maybe we should talk about the team.
I'm tired of Fist already. I've had too much Fist. So.
Oh, we're 21 teams in. It's okay. Legal age.
Yeah. This is number 22.
We finished 21 teams though.
Oh, yeah. So
It's
we
okay. I
got
can count.
Dragapult, Iron Treads, Clefable, which may or may not have been dropped week 2.
Because
Terra
it was a
Quabble,
disappointment.
Slowking, Rotom Heat, Frostmoth, Umbreon, Swalot, and Dodrio.
All right, let's talk about how good Dodrio is. None of these other Pokemon matter.
Excuse me, sir. Swalot is right there, and he's awesome.
Okay, shit. My bad.
Yeah, Swalot's actually
Being
like,
serious, both goated 2-pointers.
They really are. I love Swalot so much.
Yeah. Swalot's
The mon
a
does
nice
way
one.
more than you ever expect it to.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It got like half a dozen buffs this gen. It's honestly crazy.
Yeah.
Game
it's-
Freak literally looked at Swalot and went, "Holy shit, we forgot you existed!" And then give him all the toys he could ever ask for.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
No, this team, it's very balanced. Outside of like Quackquaval being a crazy breaker, I don't know how I feel about it. I don't even want to ramble about the top 3 being a cool fairy dragon steel core because Clefable got taken out back. So
I mean, Enamorous Eye is coming week 2.
oh, that's what it got dropped for. I just
Yes.
remember the comment of "you disappointed me" for the last time.
Yeah.
Well, no, I was
I actually do like that
disappointed
change.
in Clefable getting dropped because who has it now? That is
I do
what
like
I'm
that
upset.
change though, because I do feel like this team had a lot. It already had a ton of like bulk and like mons that are just kind of sitting there being annoying. It definitely needed a little bit more offense. I think obviously Enamorous isn't here now, but that change I think does help the team a lot.
Yeah, having a true special breaker is something I
Yeah.
was going to comment on here. I didn't realize a Nam got picked up, so I like that change a lot.
Especially considering you already have like a really messed up defensive core with like Slowking, Umbreon, and then like throw in like the Rotom when it's needed, or even the Swalot, honestly, but just due to its
This
typing
team
compared with
is-
the other two.
It's pretty much entirely bulk.
It's bulk with a Quack, a Dragapult, and a Nam that are here to kill you
Yep.
when you're not ready.
Yep, exactly.
Pretty much.
It's a weird bottom end to look at. Like an
You're
ass
a
with
weird
one
bottom
cheek.
end to look at.
Hey, I made a joke first. You're not allowed to make one too.
Can we just take a moment to appreciate that Terra Frostmoth is really cool?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Terra Frostmoth is the goat. Please give
literally
it
is.
roost. Please.
It can also be a not mammoth swine.
Mammoth swine at home, but it knows how to dance.
Exactly.
And it has a gun instead of a fist.
Yeah, pretty much. Terramoth is awesome, for sure. Also, both of the Terras are really like they're not fun to prep for, especially when you have to prep for the consideration of both of them, because they both do like similar enough things, but in different ways that you can't deal with one the same way you deal with the other.
Honestly, very fair. Frostmoth, it's a tried and true fucking goated low tier Terra captain this gen.
Yeah, like there's a reason it's usually banned in low tier Terra leagues.
Yeah, because it's too much of an obnoxious bitch.
An ice scale sure is an ability.
It is an ability of all time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I feel like it's tough though because Polt, being one of the few offensive pieces on this team, feels more so forced into breaking sets with choice items,
Right.
which I'm not a huge fan of. But at the same time, if you want to go full stall and be like a sub hex wisp Polt, then be my guest.
Yeah, it definitely works. I mean,
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's just this team is another one of those. It's so fat for Gen 9 that it gives me the heebie-jeebies a little bit, but I feel like it works at the same time. Terra
Right.
Quack is just so fucking demonically broken that
yeah,
it's fine.
little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Terra Quack is, oops, I played around it wrong for one turn, now I lose the video game.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. That's an accurate description.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even Dashing Sceptile can win games with it. It must be broken.
Oh my god.
Wow.
You are so right. But it can also win
Oh
games
my
with
god.
defense.
I hope he's here still. Dashing's the GOAT.
He can also win games with defense curl Peturant, so
True.
yeah.
Dude fucking wheelchaired Tar Heel. Fucking
was a
took him out
1-0.
back. It was a 1-0, but it was with a defense curl Peturant. Auto wheelchair.
Alright. Should we move on? Or...
Yeah, it's time for the Gunky Gamer. Except that's a
Gunky
different
Gamer?
person.
Alright. Gunk's team.
Era Iron Moth, buddy.
Gunk's team consists of Iron Valiant, Garchomp, Terra Iron Moth, Mandibuzz, Empoleon, Decidueye, Terra Glastrier, Farigiraf, or as I like to call it, Farfignugan, because I don't like saying Farigiraf, Cleavor, and
You just had a fucking stroke. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
and Jolteon. So let's
All right,
ignore the fact
I
that
just-
I just had a stroke. And
I need to say this before I forget. You started so fucking crazy with Valiant, Garchomp, Terramoth, and then you picked a round 4 Mandibuzz. In the year 2024, playing in Gen 9. Why, Gunk?
Okay, but
Why?
look at those 3 roost gentlemen, all chosen one after the other. It's peak.
Yo, honestly, 3
Birds are
birds, but only one's a flying type in a row? That is gas as fuck. Bird core.
Bird core, let's go.
Bird
There's
up.
more,
Bird
there's more
core.
than one bird core in this division. It's great.
yeah, except this one, only one of them's a flying type.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
Between me and
Frosty
Gunk, we
also
stole all
is
the
part
birds.
of the bird core with Zapdos G Scarm.
True.
Zapdos, G Scarm,
Wait.
they're like almost the same Pokemon. A little too much overlap for me, but
Bird core. Anyway,
Bird core.
yeah, let's talk about this. So
There's
Moth
fucking
and
birds in a
Shellfur
row.
birds. True.
Iron
Huh?
Moth is my favorite bird.
yeah, Iron Moth is the best bird. Also Glastrier, that's a bird. As long as Fuecoco is a
Terrifying Glass
horse,
is a bird,
Glastrier is
too.
a bird.
Yeah, Glastrier is a bird and Dragalge is a horse. It all makes sense.
Cleavor kind of
Fuecoco
has
is a
wings. It can be a
horse.
bird.
Yo, he learns defog.
True.
bird.
There's another bird.
Yo, wait, that means Kelder's a bird too.
Anyway, let's talk about the team before we start.
I'm sorry. I can't get the image of Kelder's like throwing down the poles and just flapping his arms and flying.
No,
he
he
uses
uses the poles
the
to
concrete
flap.
to fly.
He's like Icarus. He uses the
Oh my
poles to
God.
flap.
Yo, wait.
That's how he defogs.
It
Gunk
does
said
too.
there's a bunch of horses too, right? So that means Glastrier's a horse, and then Farigarath's a horse, and then Jolteon's a horse.
And many,
5 birds in a row into 3 horses in a row.
True.
and
It
Iron
is a
Moth
four-legged
horse.
animal.
And Garchomp is a horse. And Valiant is a horse.
No, Garchomp and Iron Moth are birds. What
But
don't you
Valiant's a horse.
understand? And
Valiant's
then
a
Kleavor's
horse.
both.
And Valiant's a horse.
It learns defog, so it's a bird, and then it's on all fours like a horse? Yeah, that's my reasoning.
Valiant is a
Shut up,
horse.
Pooh. Nobody asked your opinion on Iron Valiant.
Okay, but like
I share that
in all
opinion on
honesty-
Iron Valiant.
In all honesty, Valiant either does everything or does nothing. Like
100%.
there's no
Yeah.
in between.
Yeah.
You just got to be smarter than who is with offensive Pokemon, and then it'll do great.
Yeah.
I actually do like this team a lot, though. This is a very like me-coded team. You have
Honestly,
your 3
I-
really messed up breakers, and then just like fat.
Yeah, the top 3 is like mildly arousing. It's so good, and then the rest of the team is just like, I don't particularly know why you were cooking with this, but it doesn't matter. You have that top 3.
That's honestly true, Gong.
When you realize Valiant doesn't win every game, you can't do it, or you can do anything else with it.
Real ones run sub toxic protect rest, even though it doesn't learn all of those moves.
Who would run that set?
Exactly.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah,
All
this
right.
team, it was literally just, I got a broken top 3, and now I'm going to pick my favorite guys on the bottom because it literally doesn't matter anymore.
I do feel like they work though, because they work
does.
pretty well
Don't
in
get me
tangent with
wrong.
each other to like pivot around and like set up hazards, get rid of hazards, and get in the top 3 plus like your Terra Glass Trader sometimes will probably just win a game.
Terra Glastrier is a demonic low tier Terra.
Yeah.
And unlike the first team with Terra Glastrier, it does not entirely rely on Glastrier being the Terramon, so...
Right.
All right. We get to our last team. Finally, after this, I will be rid of Fist. No,
For now.
for now.
now.
Yeah.
So it's not like he helps run the league or anything.
No!
Yeah. Totally not. Ignoring
I'm
the
on
fact that we're
fan
in-
doc duty.
Oh, yeah. Fist is on fan doc duty.
He also owes you money now, so
Yeah.
$3 whole dollars.
$3 whole dollars.
It'll
Yeah.
take me 7 or so paychecks to be able to get that to you, but I got you.
I feel that.
Just, you know, after your 5th paycheck or so, you can just get me something on Uber Eats and we'll be square.
Yo, what can I order for $3 on Uber Eats?
I said after 5 paychecks, so you actually have something.
He will send you exactly 1 order of McDonald's French fries.
Yeah.
No, it's
Alright.
1 French fry.
It's a single
Yeah.
French fry.
Single nugget from Chick-fil-A.
Bro thinks I can afford Chick-fil-A? What the fuck?
You gotta send it. Oh, wait, there's only one Chick-fil-A in all of Puerto Rico.
Oh my
That
goodness.
might actually be more expensive.
There's a lot of chicks getting filled there.
Jesus Christ. Let's move on to
Is-
the
is-
final
is that-
team
is that
before
dollar
Fist
number
gives me an
4?
aneurysm.
I feel like that might be dollar number 4.
Okay.
God, sometimes I'm just so funny it hurts.
The final team is Elfowls, and his team consists of
Don't you worry
Spectrier,
about it, who?
Sneasler, Terra Excadrill, Tyranitar, Screamtail, Rotom Mow, Terra Indeedee, Blastoise, Charizard, and Terra Glalie.
This team is so fucking strange, but I kind of love it at the same time.
Though.
Yeah.
Terra Drill, I am the biggest Terra Drill stan on the planet. This shit is broken.
Yeah.
I fucking love him.
Yeah.
Especially because it's not like it's your only offense. You also have a Sneasler and a Spectrier that are here to like pick up the pieces or just clear the way for him.
Yeah.
And you have an Indeedee that should never Terra.
Well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't figure out why Indeedee is here still.
It's the terrain for Sneasler
and
mostly.
Spectrier can't get
also
sucker punched and
yeah, it's anti-priority for like the unburdened Sneasler and the Terra Excadrill and stuff.
Okay, counterpoint though, it's an Indeedee.
Indeedee's
Yeah,
good
but
this gen with Terra.
It really is. And also, I don't mind playing a game with essentially 5 mons if it means my 2 messed up breakers can't be stopped.
Yeah.
That's a fair way to put it, honestly.
I won a championship with Indeedee. If that can carry me to a championship, then...
I was just going to say the same thing. If it can win you a chip, woo!
Yeah, exactly.
The trick with Indeedee is bring it in, set the terrain, and instruct it to kill itself with Healing Wish.
Yeah.
Gunk, that's a personal problem, using it without expanding force.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That does not sound like a Pokemon, honestly.
Only the male one gets expanding force. The female one does not.
So, Mr. or Mrs. Elf Owls will not forcefully be expanded by a
Anyway,
female.
Yeah.
I
Does
love
the-
the round 1 horse representation. I love that mon.
Yeah.
Round 1, pick one.
Mhm.
It's justifiable.
It is.
Yeah.
Would I do
mon's
it?
Awesome.
No, but it's so fucking broken.
In WPF, I
I-
got an 8th pick. And then
I feel like
Muffins
so
lead-
many
Silly
people-
and goofy.
Yeah. I feel like so many people like clock that mon as like completely one note. And it is, but it is less than you think it is.
I think
Exactly.
I think Spectrier
just
needs
enough
a
tools.
good team around it to be absolutely busted, and this is one of those teams.
Agreed.
Yeah, this
Like,
this is going to be a hard team to pilot is my biggest thing. Which
I thought-
isn't a good thing or a bad thing. It's just an observation at the end of the day.
I
'Cause
feel like
this-
it's hard to pilot, but harder to break, like, or harder to like play around.
I think it's pretty close, honestly. Because Spectrier is a mon you got to be able to prep properly with, you got to properly play around with. Unless they have, like, no ghost resist, because then it's just Ooga Booga. But,
Yeah.
yeah, it's... I don't know Elf Owls, so I cannot comment on if I think they will pilot it properly
Yeah.
or not.
I think
But
Hellfowls
also, I'm very disappointed because you have Blastoise and Charizard and didn't get Venusaur.
yeah.
True.
That
What the fuck?
that
They
literally
don't even
hurts
have a
my
grounded
eyes.
poison. It could have been Venu.
Yeah.
Yeah, but their ground resists are Rotom, Mow, and Charizard, so
Yeah.
maybe it's
Yeah.
for the best that they didn't do that.
Yeah.
But it would have been very funny.
Okay, true.
I like my Great Tusk guy into this team.
Honestly, it would be really funny if they make playoffs and play against an Excadrill, because this team loses to Excadrill.
Yeah,
on
very much
site.
so.
On site.
But
Does
the
your
other...
Excadrill
Oh,
beat the other Excadrill? No. Good luck.
Does the other div even have an Excadrill team?
Does
I
it?
have no clue.
I
If
don't think
doesn't,
it does.
I would sob a little bit. Like, Terra Drill is broken.
I don't
I mean,
think
they have
it does.
Rotom. That kind of handles it. An Excadrill, assuming it's not Terra.
I don't think the other div has an Excadrill team.
The fuck? Yeah, it doesn't. Damn.
Oh yeah,
There you go.
because that's the direction I told Lily to go in, but then JV took the team over. I told
Fair.
Lily to get drill.
And Lily stopped existing.
Yeah.
Very unfortunate.
This team does have my favorite support mon of all time with Screamtail.
Screamtail is an obnoxious bitch, and I love it.
Same.
You're an
In,
obnoxious, you're an obnoxious bitch, and I love it.
Exactly. See, he gets it.
True. In a different league right now, I have I have Screamtail plus Umbreon as my like defensive like backbone, and it's so funny. It's just not okay.
Real.
Yeah. All right. I guess that is going to be the end of the draft. For any of you still watching, all the coaches' links, as well as the fan doc, will be linked in the description below. You can check out everyone's draft analysis. For those still, some will be coming out today, others will be coming out tomorrow, but...
I'm going to put mine out on Tuesday just so he has an aneurysm.
Wow.
That warrants a ban. Just because it's Fist.
If it was anyone else, it'd be okay, but me, it is.
Yeah. Now, if it was
I'm a special snowflake.
If it was who or A12, I would ban them too.
Yo, who's gonna John the entire season, not release a game until after they have won the championship?
He's gonna get kicked by week 2 if he does that.
Okay, you're supposed to roll with the joke, not be serious. Come on.
Hey, I am serious about this. Upload your games, people. Public service announcement. Anyway, yeah. Thank you all for joining us, and battles start next week, and yeah. I'll see y'all next time. Any last words?
My dog is very mad I am not paying attention to her, so I must go.
All right.
It's so real.
Priorities.
Priorities.
Peace out, folks.